Hi, and welcome to another episode of Geekin Drinkin. This is episode 45.
Let's do this.
Hey guys, and what's going on to another episode of Geekin Drinkin? Welcome. This is episode 45. I'm Eddie.
Steven.
I'm Matt.
And like I said, I'm Barry. So that should give you a little insight of what of something we'll be talking about on the show today. But again, welcome to episode 45. I want to just take a quick second to thank everybody who watched our last episode. They actually did really good on YouTube. So if you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. Or if you have any friends who are into drinking or into just geeks in general, then share it with them. Spread the word. Geekin' Drinkin', get those views up. Let's do it. But yes, we have a pretty exciting episode for you guys today. A lot of stuff to talk about, and like I said, later on the show, we will be diving deep into one of the 3 Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy films. So, but like I said, you already know which one that is. But yeah, so how you guys doing?
Chill.
Doing all right?
Tired.
Yeah, I don't know why today. I don't know why. It's not as hot. Like the weather today wasn't as hot for some reason. This morning it had a real nice breeze. It was not hot at all. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. For some reason today, I'm just tired, exhausted. I don't know. How you feeling?
I have no idea, and I don't know why, but my left one's not working. What's going on here? There you go, right there. Bam.
That's the spot. You got it.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah. So, but I'm ready to drink some beer. Honestly.
Yes, I'm very ready for that.
Very ready. So we're coming at you today with a couple beers, but the first is going to be another one from our friends at Alamo. I mean, what more to say about Alamo? We love those guys, so shout out to them. This is part of their Basement series that they recently released. Back in March or not March, May?
I don't know what was
or
that.
June?
I don't know.
Anyway, they have
Released it when I wasn't there.
yeah. Well, they have 3 of them. They had the it's a double IPA. They have a light, and they also have this one, which is a pale ale. On there, it's Sabro Pale Ale, and it's called that because it's one of the hops that they brew this beer with is Sabro Incognito and Sabro also Flex hops. So this beer is coming in at 6% with an IBU of 45. It's brewed with Barth Haas and Sour Power, which these basement beers are, I don't know if you noticed, they all are brewed with that sour power. So I don't know if it's hints of sour that's thrown into these beers. I've had this pale ale before. It's really one of my favorites. It's super refreshing. Has a great taste. Has a very subtle hint of coconut. So yeah, that's always exciting.
It's funny that you say that. It's got a subtle hint of coconut. Like right off the bat, I could smell the coconut in this beer. Yeah. And
sorry.
And then what you were saying about the
cheers. Sorry, we're on drink.
What you were saying about the sour power. What you were saying about the sour power is like I don't taste that sourness, and you know me, I'm a big sour guy. So
yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, it's still really good beer. Still a really good beer. I really love it. It's very delicious. Like you said, it is refreshing as well.
Yeah, like I know last show we had a wide variety of beers from different breweries, mainly in Houston. That was fun, and we did have one which was a coconut amber from No Label, I believe. No, it wasn't from No Label. I forgot what brewery it was from exactly. But I was a little disappointed with it. I mean, I like the beer.
That's the one I like.
I thought that was your favorite.
Liked.
But I mean,
get
either
the
way,
almond joy taste from it.
yeah.
I don't know about almond joy.
But I mean, either way, shout out to Michael from Houston, aka Cricket, and Michelle for for delivering those beers to me and for us to show just in general. I mean, they were very excited about it, so they were excited to see the episode, and like I said, everybody that's
and we're working on a packet deal for you guys too. So.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean everybody that's written me about our last episode to say that they were just laughing the whole time. They had a good time watching it, which I always I love hearing. So like I said, if you guys have not checked out episode 44,
because I was back.
Honestly, yeah,
Matthew's back.
You added some flair
He
to it.
was back.
So
and
yeah,
he's back again.
So, like I said, episode 44 was a hit. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. You know, do yourself a favor and check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Sorry, I'm trying to lock my phone here.
Get off!
I'm trying to pull up some stuff. Okay.
You should be prepared like the way I am.
Got it.
Bam, bam,
Got it.
bam.
Okay.
We all don't have iPads. We all don't use our wives' iPads.
Nah, busted.
I don't care. I still got an iPad that I use.
I should have bring my laptop then.
I use the iPad more than she does.
Should bring my old Dell computer.
In
Where can I put my the tower? And we can, boom, just set it down right here, and have to use that fan to cool it down because it's a big boy.
And then what was that the MP3 player you had too?
Oh, the Zune.
The Zune.
This isn't Zune bad. So if you guys, I really want to get into it because I said we have we have quite a bit to get to today. But I mean, like I said, we're gonna be doing a deep dive into a movie today. So I always want to take time to do that. But we have some recent news. I mean, as of
there's been a lot of stuff going on. A lot more stuff is coming out now with everything. I mean, since the pandemic's happening, a lot of stuff had slowed down. A lot of production slowed down. Obviously, a lot of movies got pushed back. Which we were supposed to get some movies coming in now, which we probably should have already had trailers for already. But again, due to the pandemic, everything got pushed back. And everything's slowly but surely going back into production, coming back. So with that, a lot of news is coming out. One thing I just want to say real quick, I know I believe AMC is getting ready to open up some of their theaters already.
We only have one here, so I don't even know.
We only got one, and then the big one here
Santikos.
is Santikos. I believe they're going to be getting ready to open up some theaters back up or something like that. I'm not too sure about that.
I don't know how that's going to work.
They had an announcement on their Instagram page. I didn't really get to see it. I just assumed that's what it would be because AMC announced that they were going to start opening theaters. So
AMC was about to go bankrupt, or they were on the verge of just closing up shop in general. So they were desperate. But yeah, so we, like I said, we've been getting, as of recently, a lot of news. At the time of this episode, this week, we've gotten a lot of news.
And
at the time of we filming this episode, and I kind of wish,
yeah, I know what you're gonna get to.
I kind of wish that, because, like I said, when we say at the time of filming, it's because we record these episodes on a Friday. So if you're watching this, it's probably a week after we've recorded. So the news that we pretty much talk about may be like a week old, but we want to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it, damn it. So yesterday was an interesting day, full of news in the DC.
And that's what I was going to say too. Is like a lot of DC stuff.
Well,
DC is
having their
fandom, yeah, their fandom, which is basically their D23 or their Comic-Con, their very own thing. This year
tomorrow.
But I mean, even before they announced the fandom, a lot of the stuff was already coming out about with DC and stuff like that. I mean,
I don't see footage.
Yeah, and like I said, so like I said, tomorrow, tomorrow we're getting the super anticipated first trailer for the Snyder Cut of Justice League. We got a little snippet of it yesterday, which was like a teaser for the trailer. Big
teaser.
Trailer for a trailer. And
a teaser for a teaser.
We got another one today? I didn't see that one. But the one we saw yesterday, it was just like, even just the small footage we saw, I was like, oh man, I'm excited for this. Like, I'm super excited. I don't know what it is. I'm just, you guys know how I feel about Justice League.
Then, I mean, didn't even Snyder release a little clip of it too with Wonder Woman, in like a temple or something, and it showed a figure on the wall.
That was like okay.
Dark Side.
So that was like a real small teaser. Yeah, like where she's like, and
then that's when they officially announced the Snyder Cut.
Yeah. So yeah, but even then, like just like that short little snippet, like you see all of them landing on their feet, and like recently, my son has just watched the Aquaman movie, so he's all about Aquaman. Like he wants to be Aquaman for Halloween. So when she saw that,
when we went to Lake, he was like, "Oh my God, it's Atlantis!"
So like, Like when when they're landing on their feet and you see him with this trident, he goes, "Oh, Aquaman!" I'm like, hell yeah! Like, he's excited. So
Are you gonna do the beard Aquaman, or are you gonna do like just the regular? Are you gonna give him your blonde locks?
I think I'm gonna do Jason Momoa Aquaman. He wants to be the badass one. He likes Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
You're gonna do the beard.
He just wants a trident. That's all he wants. He just wants to run around holding a trident.
Trident, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, like that's the one thing I wish today was like Sunday, or I wish the trailer was released yesterday. But
it is what it is. But we're still gonna be excited about it. I'll probably still post something about it on our social media. So
Yeah. So I mean, we don't know the exact date yet, but the Snyder Cut is set to release next year, 2021, exclusively on HBO Max. So if you don't have HBO Max, I mean, it's going to be rampant, coming up with a lot of good stuff. And even now, there's already a lot of good content on there. I mean, you have a lot of DC movies. You have a lot.
I told you. When you first got it, you're like, oh, I don't know, man. The DC stuff is just real minimal.
Okay, but I'm still bitter about HBO Max because I still can't get it on my Roku. And you still can't get it on Amazon Fire Stick. I mean, I don't own Fire Stick, but I
could get it on my Apple
those
TV.
are the two biggest streaming.
PS4.
Yeah, like I mean, other than Apple TVs or your PS.
I wonder if it works for Xbox. I haven't tried it on my Xbox yet.
Yeah, it works on Xbox, but like
it's just on my Xbox.
But it's just like a lot of people own Roku's. That's I don't know what it is, but
that was our first little stream thing that we got before we got the Apple or the Amazon Fire and the Apple TV.
And Roku's awesome. I mean, it's super easy to navigate. I mean,
you tell that to mom. hey, sorry, mom.
Mom can't navigate anything.
But so one show that was originally on the DC Universe app, which you could get like I said, like it was exclusive for DC content, comics, movies, TV shows, animated, all that stuff.
Titans.
Yeah, so like one of the shows that premiered on DC Universe, which eventually got I mean, just by default because it's Warner Media owns DC and they own HBO, so HBO Max is the Harley Quinn animated show. Which is now available on both DC Universe app. For those of you who have Roku, who can access HBO Max, but it's also available on HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max and on the DC Universe.
So that's why I'm able to watch it in my TV, and I'm so glad that I've been watching it because it is a fun show.
It really is a fun show. I was really surprised from the first episode.
Yeah, like I said, like right off the bat, the first episode. I mean, just
because if you were to see just like a preview of it or just a snippet of it, it looks like a kid's cartoon, straight up like a kid's cartoon.
Animated show.
But I'm saying how like some animated shows you can tell they the seriousness of it because it's like dark. Like some of the Batman animated movies, they look real dark, so they're kind of serious.
Yeah.
This one looks like real cartoony. Like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Cartoon, but the content of it is oh my god.
Yeah. So. I mean, the main standout is you have Kaylee Cuoco, who plays Penny from Big Bang Theory. She's the voice of Harley Quinn, which I don't mind, like, because I mean, and the only reason I say that because she's not trying to impersonate like Margot Robbie, or she's not trying to impersonate like
She's bringing the character out as its own. Thing, for her,
Who played? It was Tara Strong, right? Who played Harley Quinn in the animated Batman show? The one who plays like all the like Jimmy Neutron and everybody. Like, I believe it was her. I believe so. So, and she's not trying to do impression of her either.
I can check on that.
She's like, and I mean, she still has that. I guess that New York or that Boston accent kind of peeking through. Mm-hmm. Which kind of is Harley Quinn has that accent, but like I said, she kind of makes it her own thing. And yeah, like right off the back, have you seen it yet?
Nope.
No. Right off the back, I mean, like we're not gonna spoil anything, but I mean, like there's it's graphic, it's a graphic show, and not to the point where it's like like edgy or X-rated graphic. No, like it's just, and it's not to the point to where it's trying to be edgy. Like it's not that at all. It's just. It is what it is, and it knows what it is. I guess if that makes sense. Like, it's just it's a fun show, and it centers around Harley Quinn basically trying to prove herself, which has been a kind of a
bringing herself away from Joker and trying to prove herself as a standalone
villain
in Gotham.
Yeah, and I mean, basically what Birds of Prey was, I mean, essentially about. And this kind of,
also on HBO Max.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max too. If y'all haven't seen that, you should check that out because that's a pretty fun movie. Oh, sorry, I heard an Amber Alert going off. So yeah, like, and it's the villains, like the supporting cast, on there, like, are just, they're not. I mean, yeah, you have your Jokers, your Two-Face, your Penguins, your who am I missing? Bane. But they're not like main characters. Like, I mean, Joker obviously is, but like, the other ones, like, they're around. And you also have Lex Luthor. You have the whole entire Legion of Doom, but they're around. They're always around. And of course, you have Batman,
Superman, Wonder Woman, make an appearance.
And but the main standouts in the show are, of course, Harley Quinn. You got Poison Ivy, who I love in this show. Like, she's just like that kind of like, I don't know how you explain it. Like, I guess
who's played by Lake Bell.
Who's that?
She came out and I know there's movies you've seen her in. I think she was the friend on What Happens in Vegas with Ashton Kutcher and what's her face? Cameron Diaz. She was the friend on there. She also came out in she plays she plays Harley Quinn in God dang it. Wet Hot American Summer. She was in that movie. What else? Tron.
Well, anyway, like, she's, like I said, she's one of the standout characters. You got Dr. Psycho, right? That's his name.
So
Who's just hilarious. You have Clayface, who if you guys know the villain, he's get off. He's he shapeshifts. So he kind of like takes that to heart. Like, he's like a method actor. He plays this,
Well, because when I was first introduced to Clayface, it was in the animated series for Batman, and he was like this monstrous thing made out of clay. It was an actor who got into an accident, who started using this like cream stuff, to reform his face. He could even, change his face into other people, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then, couldn't afford it anymore, so the gangsters that had it, poured it all over him, and he just took over his whole body and just became this big old thing. But seeing it in the Harley Quinn show is just like,
he's still like an actor.
Yeah, and then like, I gotta sing and blah,
yeah,
blah,
he's
blah.
all like, he goes like, they're like, just transform. He goes, okay, but what's his backstory? Like, he's just like, so.
That's why I can't wait till you see season 2. He just goes over
and
top in that.
And then above all, you have King Shark, who is just like a nerd, but when he loses it. Like, he's just
I don't do well with blood.
Yeah, he don't do it. They're like, oh, I thought he was squeamish. No, he's a shark and he's gonna attack. Like, it's a pretty fun show. If you guys have not checked it out, I highly suggest checking it out. Like I said, the Harley Quinn animated show. It's 2 seasons right now, available on DC Universe and also HBO Max. So go check that out.
And like you said, too, it's got a real big lineup of people who play the voices. I mean,
I recognized his voice. Dr. Psycho is Tony Hale. He plays Forky from Toy Story 4.
Yeah, and he's the crazy brother on Arrested Development with the hook.
Okay.
Dude, come on. Oh my God. And then you got Christopher Milani, who comes out in Happy, best known for Law and Order: Criminal Intent.
I didn't know you have Alan Tudyk playing Clayface.
Yeah.
Steve the pirate.
JB Smoove plays the plant.
Okay. I heard that. Yeah, Frank.
Yeah. Jim Rash is the Riddler.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, Jim Rash from
Community. Yeah. So it's got a real good lineup. It's real entertaining. Matt, if you haven't watched it, I suggest you go and watch it. It's really funny.
It's a pretty fun show.
I just recently got caught up on Titans finally. So
Really? You get caught up on Doom Patrol.
yeah, that's my next one. I'm gonna rewatch it from season 1 all the way up to season
Season
latest
2 gets
season.
crazy.
I heard it gets really really nuts. So I'm really interested in watching it. I was really surprised that was probably one of the most popular shows that came out from the DC app or DC universe.
Well, nobody knows what the Doom Patrol were.
Yeah.
And this who's the Doom Patrol? And then I read up on them, of course. I read a few comic books. My bad. I read up a few comics of them.
If you weren't awake before, you're awake now.
Brendan Fraser actually really shines in that show. Everyone actually shines, but Brendan Fraser basically making his comeback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Show.
Like, he making his comeback, because he kind of like fell off the face of the earth, He always
all because of something personal in his life that happened that blacklisted him, but he's back and he's a robot.
He's doing really good. With the show as well.
He always be O'Connell from the Mummy.
Man, the one I'm really hoping that HBO will bring back up is Swamp Thing. That show is really good.
Oh yeah, that's one that just got canceled before it even aired.
It was already having so many issues from the get go, during production and stuff like that. And when they were finally going to release it, they're like, "Oh yeah, this show's just gonna be canceled." It's like, and they were almost not even going to release this season. I believe. I think they were just like, because since they already knew they were going to cancel it, I don't think they were going to release it because if it. But then I guess they're just like, well, fuck it, it's already made, it's already done, let's just do it.
I wish they'd do that for New Mutants, jeez.
Seriously.
How long has it been since it was supposed to get, like 2 years ago, and it's still like, oh, we're going to release it in theaters, just put it on streaming, Jesus Christ.
I think we were recording at your apartment during that time when it was supposed to come out.
It's just
it's supposed to come out next week. Next Friday.
It's not going to happen, and even if it does come out in theaters, it's not going to make no money, I don't know what there has to be some sort of clause in the contract to where this movie has to be released in theaters. You cannot release it on streaming.
Well, that's what the director came out and said.
Yeah, there's some sort of clause this. We would have released it on streaming, but it's in the contract that it has to be released on a certain amount of screens for a certain amount of time. Once it's done with that, then we'll be allowed to just release it on streaming, and that's where we make most of its money because
kind of like The Irishman. The Irishman was released in theater for a little while before it finally officially got released on Netflix, which it was a Netflix movie.
Yeah, but just so it could be a contender for Oscar recognition was why it had that. This one this was when it was being filmed, it was all before Disney bought Fox, and it kind of got mixed up in all that merging stuff, and it got pushed back, and it just got pushed back, and it's just like we're still getting trailers from just like Jesus Christ, let's just watch it already, people just want it on streaming, just put it on stream.
Still getting clips.
Yeah, we're still getting clips.
Yeah. I'm still excited.
And I stopped watching the clips. I'm just like, I'm not even watching.
I'm still excited for it. I mean, the last trailer clip, whatever that I saw, I was like, yeah, I still want to watch this. I still want to go see this.
I want to watch it. It's just, I want to watch it from the comfort of my home.
Well, I mean, I would love to see it in theaters, but
I go to a theater.
but I doubt that's gonna happen for me. So, the next best thing, with me having my sound bar and stuff like that, would be watching it on my.
I mean, okay, let's be honest. That's always question. I mean, we have a couple.
On HBO.
We have a couple minutes before we have to go to break. You can't because it's Disney property.
I forgot.
If it was released next week, do y'all personally feel comfortable going to a movie theater right now?
Go to a drive-in.
But we only have one drive-in here in San Antonio. The other ones are out of, in the outskirts.
If I'm gonna go just by myself, yes, I'll go by myself because then I can sit separately, whatever, by myself. I don't have to worry. But
I guess but I'm just like I don't know. I'm just stubborn. I'm just also though, I can't really talk shit because I ate at Chili's the other day, so
I went to a brewery.
Yeah, we've gone to breweries.
And then someone who just turned 30, we went to Kunstler.
Hell yeah, that was fun.
And had a good night. That was awesome.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Shout out to Kunstler. That was fun. Shout out to being 30. Not fun.
But we'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back for more
Steven
DC
turns
news.
15 in a month.
15? Oh, man, I shouldn't be drinking. We'll be right back.
And we are back. Episode 45 of Geekin Drinkin. We're just discussing some, just some shit that's been going on as far as news, recent news. I mean, we got a lot of DC news in this past couple of days. And we just, we're talking about the Harley Quinn show. I mean, how much of a fun show that's been to watch. And like I said, you should really check it out. Our first beer of the night was from Alamo's Basement Series, which is Sabro Pale Ale. Delicious beer, delicious. You could buy a whole case of it.
Oh shit, that's a beer right there in front.
Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't know?
I did not notice that.
I didn't notice that.
But
Tastes a little old.
Oh my god. Anyways,
okay, Matthew. So since my beer tasted old, we'll get to your beer. And what did you bring for us today?
I brought a organic pale ale called Tree Frog.
OPA.
Yeah, an OPA. And it has a nice little picture of a tree frog with the top of a can on his eyes.
And,
From Hub
this.
Hopworks, like that, like Steven. And it's from Hub. That's abbreviated for Hopworks Urban Brewery up in Portland, Oregon.
It's a good thing you didn't open it because I would have grabbed it. And
Up in Portland, Oregon. So I had these beers before. One 6-pack.
It's coming in at
Yep.
5.4.
5.4%. And of
This one
course,
beats you because this was coming in at 6%.
and of course, it's USDA approved, organic.
And independent, and that's always good. So
Yep.
it isn't a Texas beer, but it is a craft beer, and it is independent. So always welcome on the show. Just because you're not from Texas, that's okay. You just try harder next time.
I asked y'all, what do I bring?
Does it smell organic? I don't know how organic smells. I'd imagine.
I don't know how it gets. It smells like air.
Imagine it smells like dandelions or something.
You can smell a difference.
It tastes like green tea.
It does.
It does taste like green tea.
Drinking Tree Frog.
Drinking the frog.
It tastes like organic green tea. Oh shit!
Fuck. Like, guys, we canned the green tea instead of the beer.
Right? Oh no!
Damn it!
It's stronger than the beer.
Well, the green tea should boost boost you up. Get
right.
Hyped up.
Well, let's look up ingredients real quick.
Well,
you do that, and then
I was gonna say because it has just labeled an organic pale ale. Like, have you ever seen those? Like, there's like, I've seen so many. Like, I've seen one. It's from a brewery in Hawaii, and they have it's a tropical pale ale. It's a TPA.
It's a TPA.
It's like what? Like, and there's another one too. I forgot where it's from. Where it's like they put something else in front of pale ale, but they say it's like, oh, it's a something PA. I'm just like, that's not a thing. Like
Well, it is now.
Like IPAs have always been a thing. I mean, because it's Indian pale.
Indian pale.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it says brewed with green tea.
Oh, nice.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
No, but it has, how do you spell it?
Fugo, Citra, and
Fugo.
Mosaic.
That
Yes.
Fugo is a tea.
Fugo is the tea. Well, yeah, it's supposed to have juicy floral notes that deliver that perfect amount of dank hop aroma.
Dank. Got that dank.
I don't know, bro. All I taste is green tea.
I just can't get the green tea out of my.
I mean, it's not bad. I like green tea, so no, whatever.
Sure, you didn't bring us Arizonas,
Right?
No.
Oh shit! Right? Tastes like Arizona.
mini Arizonas.
So, amidst all this crazy news that's been going on lately, we got some bombshell news yesterday. Care to tell us what that is? Or
Well, before we get to that, just to kind of get to some other
Pretty tough
stuff,
topic.
something else that kind of got overshadowed that nobody really, and I didn't even post it on our Instagram either, but we got the official logo.
Oh, yeah.
for the Batman.
The Batman from Matt Reeves.
But it was overshadowed by another news.
Yeah, but it was overshadowed by
I mean,
another
other
Batman news.
Batman.
But
It looks. I mean, it looks fine. I mean,
But-
it's red and black, and it looks fine. I mean, who cares? Because we got some
Someone,
other news.
someone compared it to the Joker.
I'm just like, like at this
call sign or
point.
whatever.
At this point, I'm just like,
you're like you're like the way you are with New Mutants on this one with the Batman.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, because don't get me wrong, I'm excited for the Batman. But I'm just like,
You don't like
really,
Battinson?
that's all you guys is a title.
Oh, yeah.
We got this. Like, you know, like
We haven't even gotten the official title yet
And a logo.
for the movie or a logo, but we've already gotten bombshell news about Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck
returning.
As Batman.
both as Batman, reprising the roles as Batman.
Okay, so first and foremost, I'll say awesome. I mean, obviously awesome. I'm excited. You know, you guys know me. I love Batman v Superman. You know, I know it's, you know, I'm in the minority and I hated Justice League, so it's kind of like, you know, because Ben Affleck gave 110 in BVS, and he gave maybe about 10 in Justice League. It wasn't his fault. He was going through a lot of shit. Okay, we get it.
Not only that, not only, you know, personal stuff, but I mean,
Josh Whedon.
director wise.
Yeah. So, I mean, I am excited to see him in the Snyder Cut. I mean, I don't know how much different he was filming with Zack Snyder as he was filming with Josh Whedon, but we'll see. But I'm also excited because, like, you know, we're gonna see him return as Batman, but with a new director, the director from the It movies. You know, someone who proven themselves as, like, I could take a big ass book, and yeah, I mean, the second movie was the greatest kind of clutter, or whatever, but the first movie was amazing. Second movie, like I said, you know, wasn't the worst, but it also was pretty good. Yeah, and I can see that. You know, I get it. You know, fucking turtles, but the fact that, you know, like I said, we're gonna have Andy Muschietti, you know, directing, Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton as both Batman, Bruce Wayne in the new Flash movie. Okay, now what I have kind of issue with is that we've all seen the fucking video of Ezra Miller. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen that? We've all seen that, okay? And the thing is,
there was already a lot of fans, you know, as well,
clamoring for him to be taken off the movie.
Taken off.
Which, okay, like, but at the same time, like, it's just even more frustrating that they're not addressing it. They're not talking about it. Like, no one's come out and said a damn thing. Not the studio, of course not the actor. He's still slated to be starring in this movie that just got a big old bump from the casting news. So it's just like, what is going on? You know, like, Jesus Christ. And I'm not trying to get into this, but I'm just like, that's there, you know. So I'm just like, what's going on with that? And the fact that, you know, another thing too, like, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we're getting Ben Affleck back and we're getting Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's your Batman, you know, mine's more of Bale, but I also like Ben Affleck. So we're getting, you know, two.
Man, yours is George Clooney.
No,
the bat nips.
Charge it to the bet card. But we're getting these, you know, past and present Batmans in the same movie. But we still have not gotten another Superman movie. Like, why are they overstepping Superman? Why are they giving Henry Cavill the shit into the stick? He's been in 3 movies, and 2 out of 3 he was good. I mean, I'm not okay. He was pretty good in Justice League, but I mean, the movie was just trash in general. But like, what I'm saying, it's just like, and I was listening to a podcast today, and they kind of mentioned the same thing. It just seems like DC cannot go a day without talking about Batman. Because a lot of their stuff goes back to Batman. The Harley Quinn show goes back to Batman. Titans has Batman. He's all. I mean, you know, I'm surprised he hasn't showed up in Doom Patrol. You know, Jesus Christ.
Yes. No, they mentioned him.
They mention him. See, like, they cannot go a day without talking about Batman. Which, don't get me wrong, I love Batman. Batman's my favorite comic book character. You know, but you can't ignore the fact that Henry Cavill did a great job as Superman. I think he did a great job, and you know, he always open to do it again. But just for some reason, you guys say that the studio came out and say, "Oh, well, we don't know how to write this character." They did Captain America, for God fucking sake. He's more like cheesier than he's just as cheesy as Superman, the Boy Scout. You know, the All American. You know, what did he say? He goes,
He was especially cheesy in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes. But
I'm sorry, ma'am.
In his pajamas. I mean, but going back to Superman, like, he goes, I believe in truth, justice, and the American way, or some shit. Like, you know, he just like he says that line in Justice League. I'm just like, oh, come on, like, you know, like,
really.
But it was, you know, that's his character. I'm just like, you know, you come out and say, like, we don't know how to write, but we're gonna put 2 Batmans in a Flash movie. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm bittersweet about this. Obviously, what do you guys think? I'm rambling. I'm drinking some more green tea.
See, I told you, green tea got y'all hyped up now. You're just like, blah. I don't know, dude. I mean, to be honest with you, I've never been a Superman fan at all. I mean,
me neither.
To me, he's just too much. He's got all the fucking power. He's got the fucking light beams. He's got the brood. He's got the hair. He's got. I mean, well, his costume sucks, but you know, until then they gave him the black suit, and I was like, oh, dude, come on. Batman has the black suit. You can't take away that from Batman.
But that's always been cool though. Like and like I said, I'm on the same page. Like I've never been much of a big Superman fan because I've always.
But I mean, you would think though, because Superman is pretty much like one of the head people. Like he's one of the founders of Justice League. You know,
he's the earliest like superhero back in Action Comics. You know.
Yeah, and like for him to only get basically one movie. And then he was just pretty much featured in the other two.
Oh yeah, and he was like just portrayed as a sad sack in BVS. Always just, you know, like don't get me wrong, like I love it. Like I love the scenes that he does have. I'm just like, God damn, like Jesus Christ, you're doing him dirty. Like, and Henry Cavill's stuck it out. You know, like he's been there and did what he had to do. But it's just I don't know, like you know, like you said, like when are we gonna get the announcement of another Superman? You know. At least a cameo or something. I mean, is he gonna come out in the Flash or you know?
Well, I mean that they did announce that back then. He was gonna be in
Snyder Cut.
He was gonna be reprising his role as Superman, but in other movies, other superhero movies.
So dumb. I don't understand.
You know, but as far as him still gain his own standalone or whatever,
people want it. People want another Man of Steel. Like.
Do they? I really don't, but that's just me.
We want to see Brainiac.
That's I would like to see Brainiac. I mean, apparently Brainiac isn't. It is. I mean, it was always. What's his name? The general. I forgot his name.
General Zod.
No. He came out in Man of Steel. He also came out in PVS. I forgot his name.
Yeah, and I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but like he apparently in Zack Snyder's mind, or you know, he's Brainiac.
No,
he's Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, he was Martian.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but still, that's pretty cool though.
Green tea's getting to your head.
Yeah, too much green tea.
You're getting too hyper over there, man. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I thought that was kind of cool that you know, supposedly that guy that actor was supposed to be Martian Manhunter the whole time, just kind of keeping quiet. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that I still hate, that I still don't like, is the fact that Snyder still says that the Robin that was killed in that multiverse is Dick Grayson. I just don't.
Not
I
Jason
don't.
Todd.
I just don't like it. I don't.
Get used to it. That.
Whatever. But as far as Superman goes, I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's just weird that he's just like on a back burner. He's like the Hulk, but in the DC.
Yeah,
universe.
but the thing was the Hulk. There was reason behind that.
No, I'm saying though, like they're making him like the Hulk.
Yeah,
but even though he's like one of the top tiers, you know?
What I'm saying, like when I say like it's different with the Hulk because Warner Brothers and DC own Superman.
Yeah, I know.
Marvel owns the Hulk, but they don't own his distributing rights. It belongs with Universal, and Universal is being a pain in the ass. That's why they don't make a single Hulk movie. They have to put him in cameos. That's the only reason why.
I know, but what I'm just saying is that they're making Superman seem like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Whatever. Okay.
Matthew, what do you think about whatever Superman? What do you think about Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton coming back? Do you want to cancel Ezra Miller? What do you know? What are you thinking right now?
Are the animated movies better than the live action movies?
I had this debate with my friend, my group, my work chat. Because I was watching Birds of Prey during our training. Oh, and I said like, this is a pretty.
Speak
good
up,
movie.
bro.
I am speaking up. The fuck. I sound like I'm echoing. Okay, I think I sound better. I was watching Birds of Prey, and like I was like, this is a pretty good movie for it being the way it was. It's simple. It's like, oh, that movie sucks. I was like, you suck. And I was like, DC movies are getting up there. I mean, we have Shazam. We have, Aquaman was just everywhere, all at once.
It was a beautiful mess.
Yeah, and I'm kind of sad we don't have another Superman movie. I mean, the only thing close to Superman we got was a cameo in Shazam. It wasn't even Henry Cavill.
It wasn't even Henry Cavill. Like,
and there was even a blooper. I was like, and the actor was like, It's not even Henry. It's not even
It's
Henry
far,
Cavill.
It's far from Henry Cavill. Like the guy just looked like a total like.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just get this.
This stunt guy.
Let's just
and
get
then-
this assistant guy and just put him in a Superman suit.
Wasn't
you know?
it? Wasn't it the actor that played him in the TV show?
Supergirl.
The Supergirl? Wasn't it him?
I think it was. I'm not sure.
No.
It looked like him, but
It wasn't. Even
Wasn't?
had even
Okay.
had the stupid hair.
because
thing,
even
and
the
they
one on
show his
even the
face.
one on Supergirl looks real like puny and shit too.
Yeah.
It's like
They even showed his little face, like
yeah.
his little hair twirl, but he didn't even show his face.
Yeah. So I mean, I
No,
don't know.
there was a picture.
I saw
the
I saw the set picture.
Shazam himself posted it on his social media.
Zach Levi.
Yeah, Zach Levi.
I don't know, but I'm excited for Black Adam.
Okay,
Shazam.
y'all want to get so much shit about Superman because he has all the powers. Shazam has all the same powers, basically.
No, it's more magic.
Yeah.
But when he's
He has.
But when he is
the strength
Shazam-
of Hermes.
but when he is Shazam, he has basically almost the same powers as Superman.
Nope.
Basically,
He has the powers of the gods.
basically the same
That's
powers as
why-
Superman.
But he doesn't have laser eyes.
What do you think Shazam stands for?
I don't know, all the gods.
Something like that. The strength of Zeus or something like that.
anyways.
Trying to flex. But okay, so I mean, okay, so let's go back to the Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I'm excited about that too.
But okay, so I'm gonna throw this question out there. Would you guys do you guys prefer Ben Affleck, or would you guys have been more excited if it was like Christian Bale coming back?
No, I don't want
No.
Christian Bale back, and it's not for whatever reasons you might think, whatever.
Different universe.
No, it's just Christian Bale had his moment, got his moment, and had his. And I was gonna kind of say it, and I'll bring it back up when we talk about it later too. But also had his poetic ending.
Okay.
Um,
True.
Michael Keaton didn't. Ben Affleck obviously didn't. And then a few other
Val Kilmer
Val
did.
Kilmer
George
and George
Clooney.
Clooney, for whatever reasons, the actors were changing.
George
blah, blah,
Clooney
blah.
dug his own grave.
But the Batmans of that universe, or those movies did not get their
Closure.
full closures and stuff like that. So.
Okay, I can see that. That makes sense. And yeah, I mean, also too, like I just feel like Christian Bale's Batman would not fit into this universe. I mean, also because Ben Affleck has already kind of met and been with Ezra Miller's Flash, so it's already kind of like intertwined together. It would have been weird to see Christian Bale. Okay, I agree with that. And yes, I am excited to see Ben Affleck. So, I mean, Christian Bale. I mean, I'm not Christian Bale. Michael Keaton obviously he's gonna play an aged Batman. I mean, Michael Keaton's up there. I mean, not up there in age, but I mean, he's obviously older than what he was back
When he played Batman
Yeah,
in
back when-
1989 and
Yeah.
1992.
So, I mean, do you think is there a chance are we going to see him in the suit or just as an older Bruce Wayne? And a follow up question: would you like to see him in the suit, or is that just going to be too sad for you?
No, I think if we were to see him in a suit, but obviously the suit's going to be some type of upgraded thing, and a lot of people are wondering too: is he going to don the Batman Beyond suit? Because he did wear that a few times in the cartoon before he passed it on to the kid that became the new Batman in that animated series.
Or to
But
make it a thing that he may be the Kingdom Come Batman when you have to wear that exoskeleton.
yeah, that too. So that's where I'm kind of wondering if that's what they're going to end up doing, where he's going to just come out and something like that, like just like the Iron Man suit, but in Batman version. And I don't know. That's what I just think. Or I'm also thinking more that he's going to be like the Dark Knight Returns Batman. The Frank Miller graphic novel.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I am with Michael Keaton. I mean, obviously Ben Affleck will be the Batman he portrayed in Dawn of Justice and Justice League itself. But yeah,
Hopefully he, like I said, I know he's been through the shitter.
now the story itself on how they're gonna come out or how they're gonna bring him out, that's where I'm real in kind of a pickle, because this is supposed to be this is supposed to be the Flashpoint, and we all know that in the Flashpoint paradox, it was Thomas Wayne that took on,
and that's what everybody was hoping for. They were hoping for Jeffrey Dean Morgan to be cast as the Flashpoint paradox Batman, because in the paradox, the animated movie. Also, is there a comic too? The Flashpoint comic? Is there?
Of course.
Yeah.
There's
a. So obviously, in that timeline that he travels to, the rules are all reversed. Bruce Wayne was the one that got killed as a kid. His dad, from the trauma, became Batman, and his mom ultimately became a Joker.
The Joker.
So it's like I mean, I thought that was always cool, and his Batman was just a little more violent, and that would have been cool. That would have been awesome to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan suit up with the red eyes and everything. Like, that'd been fucking cool.
No, it's sad because there was a comic book line recently that had Batman meet with that Batman. It was like during that whole Watchmen teasing, and it was sad.
So
Died.
Thomas Wayne's Batman met with Bruce Wayne's Batman, and that's cool. That's like some Tony Stark shit right there.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just
it's all kind of up in the air because
right now it's just everything, and then we don't even know what's going on. Like you said earlier, during the filming of this show, fandom hasn't happened yet. So
tomorrow is gonna be
fandom's gonna happen.
Start to 11.
Start at 11.
Just in case you didn't hear that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just up.
And to answer your question,
did I mention I finished Titans? Okay.
So you finished it both seasons?
Yeah, but I'd already seen the first season, and then when the second season came out, I was starting to watch it, and I just kind of fell off of it when the subscription canceled, and then renewed the subscription and then started watching it again. So. The thing with that show is it could be so good, but the storyline itself in that one too is so scattered that it's just hard to follow, and then you just kind of you just kind of lose interest in some of them. I'll tell you this though, I was super excited for the last 2 episodes of season 2 on Titans, but I was very disappointed how they used Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke.
I didn't know he came out
in the series.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I was very disappointed.
I mean, that's kind of sucks. It's funny, but that's cool. They brought him out because he's like one of the main antagonists for the Teen Titans and for Robin himself.
And for me, the actor himself, he's a good actor.
Bring back Joe Manganiello.
But I think they could have found someone better.
Joe Manganiello.
I think they could have found someone better.
You didn't like his little cameo in the Justice League?
See, and that too, man. That pisses me off too, man. It's like there's much potential. All this potential for a lot of stuff. I would have loved to seen how he would have portrayed Deathstroke.
Dude, he looked badass.
The suit looked badass. Yes, the suit looked very badass. And then, giving him the gray hairs and everything.
Yeah,
like
and he had the eye patch and everything. Oh my god.
But the thing is that he's kind of like Jason Momoa too. He's a real like
presence.
Funny joking kind of guy.
But you always remember from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean,
totes, bro.
Even in True Blood, he was sort of like that too. But I would have kind of loved to see how he would have tried it. I hope he would have not. I hope he would have taken it a little bit more serious than jokingly.
I I'm obviously going to see a lot of it, but I would have thought that he would have taken it completely seriously. I mean, I guess that was.
He's a big, huge nerd.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, he poses that a lot.
Yeah, he has his own clothing line that's based off Dungeons and Dragons. So
he's always posting how he's inviting his friends and stuff, and their big old ass setup of Dungeons and Dragons. Like, God damn.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, it's like I said, like we had a couple episodes ago where we're just like DC is a mess, and I mean more than ever they are. I mean, hopefully tomorrow, like I said again, the time of this recording, the day after today is we're gonna get in a fandom. So
the 12 p.m.
And then you were gonna say earlier to answer my question on what
you had to put that in there, didn't you?
When you were gonna say.
Okay,
Drink some of this green tea.
You
while
didn't mention the
explain.
Suicide Squad.
for the most part,
Yeah, you mentioned Suicide Squad.
I think that the DC animated movies are more consistent and have better, I guess, storylines and or plots, kind of built into them.
They utilize their characters a lot better.
They do. The movies are obviously a mess, but I also feel like the movies are getting to that point because, like, the animated movies, like, they just do whatever the hell they want.
And that's what I was gonna say. I get that. I get with animated movies, you can kind of you're a little bit more free to do whatever. The actors themselves, who sometimes they are big name actors that play the voices of the characters.
Neil Patrick Harris plays Nightwing and
Red Hood. But like all they have to do is just show up to the studio and record.
Even nowadays, do it from your fucking house.
Yeah, whatever. But I guess that's where you can say, oh, that's lenient. But I still say like they have their storyline straight. He mentioned Suicide Squad, but like even the Suicide Squad animated shows too, or movies are really like on point, and the characters they use themselves too. So
I like this. Was it Escape from Arkham?
yeah, that one was
a good one.
badass.
Yeah. So
like even like Christian Slater plays Deadshot in one of the movies.
Did not know that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I kind of feel like the movies are kind of going that way. Like they're not really worried about too much about continuity. Like they're like, oh, we're not going to be worried about connecting. I mean, obviously the main ones like the Flash are going to connect.
But the thing too is like what you were saying too is like this is going to be a lot confusing to the general audience because the general audience is going to be thinking like they're going to think
two Batmans.
They're going to no, but they're going to be thinking
3 Batmans right now.
They're going to be thinking Marvel. Like. Why isn't this like Marvel?
Why is it Robert Pattinson? Why is Robert Pattinson in this movie?
Why ain't they consistent?
We have Ben Affleck over here again, and then we have Michael Keaton. Like, where'd Michael Keaton come from? Like, yeah, for general audiences, yes, confusing as
But
fuck.
that's what DC can do, because they own all their characters.
So
they can do what they want to do.
That's true, and apparently they don't have no shortage of money because they just spend these out. Like.
All right, well,
they want to have 5 Batmans.
I want to take one more break, and I want to get into our big discussion.
They want to have 5 Batmans. They'll have 5 Batmans.
I'm ready for it. Yeah. I got my notes ready for this. Bam.
Yes.
So let's do this. We're going to be right back.
And that sound too can only mean one thing, and that is we are back with Geekin Drinkin episode 45. God damn it. Got that going. 45. Episode 45, people. Episode 45. If you haven't checked out episode 44, go check it out, man. Go check it out. It's a good show. Should those two be on or no? Sorry, I have to ask you a question. Should those two lights be on or no?
Which ones?
The left and right?
No, because there's nothing in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, if you guys have not checked out episode 44, it was Matthew's first episode back. And it was a good one. We had a lot of beers. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Michelle. Love you guys. And check out the episode. Share with your friends. Do it. Just do it. Stop being a dick about it. Just do it. So, Steven brought us a beer.
So we're switching it up. We're going back to Alamo. We're coming back into Texas from Alamo Beer Company. We got Davy Bucket. It's a true German-style Helles Bock brewed with roasted malts and German hops. To be light and refreshing with a crisp finish. Davy Bucket by Alamo Beer Co. This is like one of my favorites from them. I love their My Box, so when they were coming out with this one, I was real interested on how this one was going to taste. It's a little lighter. It's only at a 4.2, and I don't want to say just only, but it's at a 4.2 percent alcohol volume and a 16 IBU.
So it's not bitter at all.
Wasn't their last one
but
like,
it's
strong as hell?
But it's really refreshing. The Maybach wasn't that strong.
Like
the
5 point something.
The one that they would serve at their tap room, the Village Idiot, that one was really strong.
Shout out to Ernest.
That one was the Doppelbock.
Yeah, they got
that
it.
One
they got
really
didn't have
good. That one was. It's really good, but I told Ernest.
It's funny because I remember driving him that night.
Yeah, you can only have
dropped off somewhere.
Either drink one, at most two. No, he wanted to go for 3.
4. It was 3.
And that Village Idiot is a father. I'm just kidding. I love you. But yeah,
yes,
no,
this is one of my favorites.
Did you just try to open the can like a...
No, I was straightening it out.
straighten it out, bro.
Damn, dude.
But yes, I know Steven's always been a fan of the dark beers, especially the Box. Shiner Bock, shout out.
And which is funny though
it's the
too,
goat.
because for this one being a Bock, again, it's also a Helles Bock. It's not that dark, and again, it's really refreshing for a Bock.
I haven't had it in a can. I haven't had it in a glass. I had it in cans.
I mean, you could just even tell from somebody that's sitting on top of the can. It's not that dark.
I think that's the only thing I don't like about drinking beer from cans, and this is all beer.
You can't see it.
No, you can't see it. No.
Yeah.
It's you get that tin, that aluminum taste with it too.
Yeah.
Especially after this has been sitting for a while.
Yeah.
Meh. It's still good.
Even in bottles too. Bottles feel weird. Draft all the way.
So, guys, we reached the point of the show. We got done with all the news, all this. I mean, I guess the stuff that's recently happened. We a lot of DC stuff.
And obviously, there's gonna be more stuff coming out with fandom that's gonna be coming out tomorrow. But
Stay tuned to our social media.
Our show won't. We're filming before it, and it won't premiere till after it. So we're just like right in between.
Is that like a Kermit you're doing, or what? So.
My arm is gonna be like that.
So what me and Steve have been doing a couple of times, we kind of skipped a few episodes here and there, was diving deep into some movies. We did a couple. Well, not really. Well, we did one movie. We did The Joker, which was a fun episode. Me and you really dived deep into our hype for the movie, the movie itself.
Which one? Which one were we supposed to do last show?
Oh, we were supposed to do the Old Guard.
Old Guard, yeah, we did a little bit of it.
Yeah. And then we did the Office, and we did Silicon Valley. So we kind of stuck with shows, but we're jumping back into the movies. We pick a movie out.
Sir.
We pick a movie out, and we watch it, and we look for stuff that we kind of. We kind of reflect on the movie itself, as like I said, whether it be our hype leading up to the movie back when it came out, or just in general, everything about the movie, everything and anything about the movie. So this episode, we are okay. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Any question?
I was just gonna say, not really a question, but yeah. So like Eddie's saying, we're gonna dive into the movie here. I'll let him introduce it, but. We're also just to keep in with all the DC stuff going on.
Yeah.
When movies that we're gonna talk about is within the DC
movies. Yeah
movie.
So you guys, anybody the goat DC the goat superhero movie for most people I would say is The Dark Knight. Everybody loves The Dark Knight. Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker is peak. We love The Dark Knight. Batman Begins is an excellent movie in its own right because it started the trilogy and it did it with the it revived Batman from the Schumacher days.
Release the Schumacher cut.
Release the Schumacher cut. Yeah.
And from the Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, and from the
everybody
it on Frozen.
Chill.
So. We are talking about The Dark Knight Rises, the third installment in the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. And the reason being because I feel that this movie is completely underrated. Steven has his own thoughts.
Little turd nugget.
And that's the thing. I feel like this movie gets a lot of shit on it. And maybe it's warranted, maybe it's not. That's why we're doing this episode today. So let's, guys, talk about The Dark Knight Rises. And before we dive into the movie itself, Steven, I see you looking at your notes. Let's talk about our hype leading up to the movie. Okay? 2008 comes around. We see The Dark Knight. Joker, Harvey Dent. We get some of the best villains. We get one of the best superhero comic book movies to date. We get one of the best performances, one of the first Oscar-winning performances. Heath Ledger wins the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his role as the Joker. First time that happened in a superhero movie. Awesome. We get it. Fast forward to 2012. That's when we get The Dark Knight Rises. I remember seeing the first trailer, and it was real brief. Christopher Nolan with his movies, and at this time, too, we've already gotten Inception. Inception came out 2010, so we've already had that.
Great movie.
We already had that, which is a great movie. Obviously, Christopher Nolan, genius. So after seeing Dark Knight, after seeing Inception, getting that hype, you get the first trailer for Dark Knight Rises. I don't know if you guys remember watching the first trailer or just seeing the trailer in general, but it was that scene where he's like, where it's Jim Gordon's in the hospital and he's just like, someone's talking. And he goes, "The Batman must return." And you see like a blurry vision of somebody, and then it goes back to Jim Gordon, and then it goes back to that vision. It's Bane, and it's just you just see Tom Hardy bald with the thing on his face. And then at the last scene was him walking up the stairs to Batman, and Batman like just getting ready to fight. So it's a showdown, with two iconic characters as far as in the Batman.
And then I also remember too that scene you're talking about with Bane walking up and Batman in the background.
And there's somebody in the background.
Someone in the background,
and there's so much.
Who is that?
There was so much. It was the Riddler, and it was trying to be nobody.
Nobody.
I remember that. See, that's what I'm saying. The hype. To me, because like, who the fuck is that? Because I didn't know when I watched The Dark Knight.
Everybody was like, it's the Penguin because he's in the sewer.
I didn't know when we watched The Dark Knight that Two-Face was going to come out. I knew Harvey Dent was in the movie, but I didn't know they were going to turn him to Two-Face.
Yeah, I didn't.
So when that happened in The Dark Knight, I was like, what the fuck? Did they actually doing it? Like, holy shit. And it was, it was short-lived, but it was awesome. So like I said, I was like...
Christian Bale Batman was a murderer, right?
Yeah.
This guy.
I'll explain later too.
Okay.
So, anyways, yes, okay. So, you're talking about a lot of your excitement when you saw the Dark Knight Rises trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Me, because of the things that had already happened, and in reality as well, the passing of Heath Ledger, and that supposedly that he was supposed to reprise his role as the Joker for the third installment. And then not only that, but we were supposed to get the third installment in like 2010 or like 2009, like a year or two after The Dark Knight. But after what happened with Heath Ledger, with him passing, a lot of stuff got pushed back. There was a lot of speculation too that Leonardo DiCaprio was going to come in as the Riddler.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have two pieces of trivia for you based on what you're saying right now. Okay, first one being about a year before this movie was released, Christopher Nolan contemplated and mentioned considering using a mixture of CGI and deleted scenes from The Dark Knight to have the Joker appear briefly. He ultimately decided against it out of respect for Heath Ledger. So that's, which you can respect that.
Yeah,
obviously.
That was one thing I was going to bring up too, was that, there was that, to bring him, but I think out of respect, and I think he even spoke to his late wife or Michelle.
Kind of like, I don't know her name, honestly.
Michelle something.
Ledger.
She's come on other stuff too. Michelle Williams. She was in Venom. With Tom Hardy. Hey. So Tom Hardy's come out with Heath Ledger and Michelle Williams.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so he spoke to her, and
I think they spoke to her, and I think out of respect, she was like, no, you shouldn't do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, which I'm glad he didn't do. Kind of really, but like I said, out of respect.
I could have understood if he would have used maybe some like
B
footage to kind of as like a past thing. Like, to go back into the past.
Because there were glimpses of the past in this movie.
Yeah, that would have been, okay, or I could see how that could be used. But to actually do the CGI thing, I was totally against that.
Yeah,
I was so glad he didn't.
Don't
he
talk
did,
in
yeah,
this.
he didn't do that. Don't McFly is.
So another piece of trivia, or a fun fact that because you mentioned DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio, Ryan Gosling, and Mark Ruffalo were all considered for the part of John Blake, which ultimately went to Joseph Gordon-Levitt because I feel he just, he's Inception. He's part of the family.
He's Inception. He was already
He's already in the family. He's already in the loop.
Yeah, what do they call it?
Well, but then again, Leonardo DiCaprio was
already initiated in.
Leo was in Inception too.
Yeah.
So, dude, I want a Ryan Gosling and Christopher Nolan team up. Let's get that, please. Come on. Please, God. So, Matthew, do you remember... I don't know how old you were back in 2012. You're probably like 4 or something, but...
No.
I'm still taller than you.
Yeah. Do you remember watching any trailers? Do you recall, any excitement for this movie that you can, talk about? Or?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Nope.
No, when I saw the first trailer, I was like, it's a subtle one, I guess, but as is Christopher Nolan being Christopher Nolan. And then of course when we see like actual full trailers, that's when you kind of no. The first thing I saw was like the trailer. It was I forgot what movie it appeared on or it appeared during like special screening or something.
I remember it was a special movie for something, but I don't know what movie it was.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Wasn't it like a Harry Potter movie?
Yeah,
because
it was a Warner Bros. Movie. But it had the opening scene with Bane.
Oh, that 10-minute preview, right? It was on IMAX. Oh, damn, I forgot what fucking movie it was.
And then everyone's like, what the fuck's going on with Bane's voice?
I remember when that 10-minute trailer came out, and you know it was at first.
I'm not even gonna try.
It was that sequence. Like I said, it's the first opening scene for the movie, and he's just. Or maybe he was wondering why you would shoot the man before throwing him out of a plane. Like I remember when that first came out, like people were like, "What the fuck is up with his voice? Like you can't even hear me, so muddled, like muffled, like." So that urged the filmmakers to go back and kind of re-edit his voice to where you could hear it more, because I think that I remember that was a big problem with that first 10-minute trailer. Is that
not only that, but even in the movie itself, when the movie came out itself, I was having a hard time understanding anything he was saying in the movie.
See, but
can we have subtitles for him, please?
But I also think it's a blessing in disguise.
Hey yo, captions.
It's a blessing in disguise because it's a funny voice. But
funny voice, big guy.
But look at Bane in the Harley Quinn animes. He has the same fucking voice.
And but that voice is also used in something else too. I mean, I know you mentioned South Park earlier, but no, something else too where it's actually Bane and they use that same voice. I can't remember, but so that goes to my other thing too with the Christopher Nolan trilogies is the voices they use. I mean, they're a long running joke now.
Oh, where's that trigger?
Hey,
I give it to her.
Christian Bale's Batman voice.
Swear to me. And that's another thing because it's
like, is this guy in a metal band?
Like his whole interrogation thing, like where's that trigger? But
and he was so out of breath. They were here to hold on. Here's leverage. He's like, dude, come on, bro.
You give it everything. Not everything. Not yet. But because I also find it funny because, yes, Joyce and Gordon Levitt.
It's not who I am on the outside. But what I do on the inside, that defines me.
Leave him alone. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt even has his turn at trying to doing a voice when he's interrogating. Like at one point he's he pulls up to the construction site and he finds out they're putting bombs.
Who are you working for?
Yeah, who are you working for? They're putting bombs. Just shut up. When the kids are on the bus and he's
on the bridge.
Come on. Yeah, and then the building blows up. Everybody get down! It's happening now! Stop yelling! But okay, so I remember watching this movie with you. We went to go watch it in IMAX.
No, you watch it with me.
I remember watching it with you. It was in IMAX.
I remember waking up the next morning.
And I just remember watching this movie and what's it called? Each of these movies has been 15 minutes longer than the movie before that. So Batman Begins, lasted so many minutes. Dark Knight was 15 minutes longer. Dark Knight Rises, essentially 15 minutes longer, was the longest movie in this trilogy. So I remember watching Dark Knight, and I was like, man, this movie's long, but I'm loving it. I'm watching this movie, I'm like, man, this movie's long. I'm loving it. I liked it. Okay.
Too much in the pit.
And so I remember just watching him man, just keep going. And I just remember it being long, but I wasn't mad about it. I just remember it being long. I'm just like, man, I could feel people in this audience kind of just exhausted already. And that's the thing with Christopher Nolan movies, the way he the way the dialogue is with stuff, it's so fast paced, but at a point to where they have moments of just explaining everything all in one scene. Okay. So that was always one thing for me. I'm just Like there was that one scene in the beginning where it's the cop and the politician, and they're talking, and they're pretty much explaining to you why Batman's by himself, or they explain why talking about Jim Gordon. Oh, she took the kids and left. Like it's exposition. They're explaining everything in just like a short amount of time, and a lot of it is just like
the mayor's gonna dump him in the spring.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a lot of that going on in the movie.
But he's a war hero.
Yeah.
This is peacetime.
Yes, exactly. Like it's just like okay, like hold on, wait, what? Like you gotta like kind of like that's how his movies are.
You even get that in the trailer. That line like mayor's gonna dump him in the spring.
Yes,
and it's like he's a hero.
So but that's how his movies are. Because if you watch Inception, it's the same thing. Like there's a lot of explaining in that movie. There's a lot of explaining to do, and like
I think they had to do a lot of explaining.
This is the dream in a dream, and we're in your dream, but you have to construct the dream.
They had to do so much explaining just so that people knew what was going on in each scene.
And the more you change things, the more
when they go into the first dream, they're pretty much explaining. Okay, we're going into this first dream to go do this and do that. Okay, cool. And then they're like, wait, what's happening? Oh, we got to go into the second dream because we got to go do this. Like, what the fuck?
See, but you know what is genius about it is that sometimes when he does these scenes, when they're just explaining shit on the fly, like really fast, there's always that subtle music in the background from Hans Zimmer. And it's just like... Yeah, there's always like that, just like, it's keeping you hooked, like, oh shit. Like, so that's the genius of filmmaking right there. Like, come on. Like even though we could see it like, oh, like this is just an exposition, like he's just... Like fast pacing, explaining everything that's going on. It still keeps you like tuned into it.
And see,
like a leopard.
And earlier when I was saying like, oh guys, I'm super excited to talk about this, about this episode because I'm super excited what we're gonna talk about. And I said, oh, I cheated.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what I did, I ended up watching all three Batmans.
But you sped up the speed and all.
Batman's Begin. The Dark Knight. No, I watched them like full.
Oh, okay.
I started Batman Begins yesterday, the night before. Finished. Started The Dark Knight and then finished it this morning, and then topped it off with The Dark Knight Rises. So that's why I have all my fucking notes. But anyways, one of the tones I noticed in all three of them was that they started off quick pace, and then all of a sudden, boom, slow down, and then it's like explanations.
Batman Begins, that first like 30 minutes, it's fast. And it's just like,
the first 10 minutes of Dark Knight, the bank robbing scene.
Yeah, like it's like, but even after the bank robbing scene,
introduces us right away.
Even after the bank robbing scene, it's just like there's like that newscast or like it's just something like there's someone's talking, but like there's scene going on. He's just like, oh no, not tonight. Like there's a lot going on at the same time.
So one of the things I was gonna say real quick was when I saw the Dark Knight. And talking about how things were going fast paced and it kind of slowed down. It slowed down, even though it's an amazing scene. It's amazing. I love the scene so much. It's when he comes in when the gangsters are having their therapy session.
Yeah, moms.
And if you think about it, that's like a real slow scene because Joker's explaining everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much of what's gonna happen that ends up happening in the movie.
But he does it in such a genius way that's just like you're so hypnotized by his character itself.
So do you know how they shot that scene where he goes, "Who wants to see a magic trick?" With the pencil and everything.
Yeah, I'm talking about the pencil.
Okay, so the whole scene was shot, and I remember where did I see it at? The actor explained the whole thing. That the guy that got slammed.
Jack Courtney. Not Jack Courtney.
It was one of his. It was one of his. No, it was one of his henchmen.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, that actor explained the whole scene. Like what he had to do was that when he goes, he let you put an actual pencil into the table.
I see him. He hits his head and he like wipes the whole table off. Like is that?
No. So what happened was when he went up to the table, the henchman, real quick he had to grab it off as he thought you was grabbing him in the head. He had to grab off the pencil and then got slammed down.
And it's funny because you can see you can see his look. If you really watch, you could see his motion of his arm kind of.
Yeah, like
sweep something and then just
boom. Practical effects.
But even then, like whenever he smacks him on the table, you could see like he puts his hand over his face and he kind of just puts him down, so you can't see.
But the actor that got the head smashed in his face had to grab the pencil off, and then he Ledger, and like you said, he Ledger held his hand over and then
yeah,
and then ta-da, it's gone.
Magic.
So Christopher Nolan kind of always had general themes for all three of these movies. Batman Begins' theme was fear. The theme for Dark Knight, obviously, was chaos. And this one, the theme for Dark Knight Rises was pain. Pain.
Pain and retribution.
Pain and gain.
I feel retribution was in there.
Yeah.
No, it was
Because
pain and gain.
because Batman had to redeem himself after everything that happened in
Yeah.
the Dark Knight Rises.
But, if you think about it, there's so much pain. Like, with Bane, the pain holds, this mask holds the pain in. Batman himself getting his fucking back broken, obviously physical pain, but only mental.
having no cartilage in his knees.
Yeah, there's a lot of symbolisms of pain in this movie.
And then having to put that thing on that.
Oh yeah. And the biggest pain of them all, Michael Caine acting the shit out of his heart in this fucking movie. I love him. I love him so much. Okay, so let's get into this movie. We've been talking about the trilogy in general. Let's get into the movie. Do you guys? So general thoughts about the movie. Like I said, I know we're really mixed here. Don't be too harsh about it, but let's general thoughts about the movie. Steven, how'd you go first? Because I know you have quite a bit.
Why did I have to go first?
Just general thoughts. You don't have to get too much into it. Just general.
Okay, so watching it and then watching from the very beginning, which was the first monologue, which was even shown in IMAX as part of a trailer. With seeing Bane, I was just kind of like, I wasn't like as thrilled as when I first saw the Joker, and it's not just because for me, Bane was just always this like brute character. He didn't have much going on other than that he was just like just this criminal, that was just super strong.
You saw him as more of a henchman, like they did in
Batman
and Robin.
Yeah.
Where he was just like Ivy's henchman.
Ivy's henchman, but even from the cartoons too, when he was on his own. He wasn't like a great adversary to Batman. He
wasn't a criminal mastermind.
He wasn't like this, diabolical,
But he's a mercenary.
Schemist. But that was before I knew who the character actually was. My bases of the character were off the animated cartoon. I didn't really know everything about him until I started deep diver into the comics. So upon seeing Bane, I wasn't too thrilled, and at that I was kind of like, is this going to be the only villain, whatever? Because it's like,
You had Dark Knight.
But like you said, even again, we didn't even know that we were going to get Two-Face.
There's always two villains in each movie.
But you knew it. But like you said, you didn't even know we were going to get Two-Face.
Yeah, there's always been kind of two villains because you have the first one. You have Falcone.
Okay. Well, hold on. And you're asking me about how I feel about The Dark Knight Rises. Okay, so overall through the movie, it was good. It had its excitement, it had its thrills, it had its moments as well. But overall, I just didn't like some of the arcs of the characters and some of the storyline of it as well. That's pretty much my main.
Okay, fair enough. Like I said, when I saw it, I enjoyed it. Yeah, the character of Bane, from what I remember him when I first watched the movie, I was like, oh, he's not so. He's not small. I know. Tom Hardy's presence in that movie, he owns it. But he does as much as he can do for that character, given Christopher Nolan's real world setting.
That's what I was going to say. That was the thing with Christopher Nolan, that he had that realism. It fit well. Because there's one scene that I always point out that's my favorite scene in the movie. It's when him and Batman are fighting on the steps of City Hall, and Bane pushes Batman to the wall, and he sees him just wailing on him. Well, because this is after Batman already hit one of his
whatever things. But that's also because I think this movie came after Warrior. When Tom Hardy was filming Warrior, so he had that.
He still had some of that
background, and he was bulking up. He gained so much pounds in the movie, and he's just wailing on Batman, just boom, boom, boom.
Which Warrior was a good ass movie.
He punches fucking the wall. Like,
Made me cry.
so, like, that's why, like, I'm a little more forgiving. Like, I get, like, Bane, though, his whole thing, like, you know, he has that, what was it, like, that poison or that serum that kind of gives him that
Venom.
strength, the venom. And in this movie, it's not really present.
Mhm.
All he has is the mask. For some reason or other, there's not really too much explained. It's that mask holds the pain in. So, how? I don't know. There's nothing, like, if you look at the mask, it's not attached to nothing else. It's just the mask. When it comes off, he obviously is just like, he's in pain.
And in the fact, too, that I don't think he was ever part of the League of Shadows or, you know,
League of Assassins.
The League of Assassins.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
We're going to take a quick break real fast. We'll be right back. We're running low on time, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. You guys know what it is. It's Geekin Drinkin episode 45. We're here. It's Steven, Eddie, Matthew. We're drinking beer. We're talking about Dark Knight
Rises.
But before we get into that, except we've been drinking a few beers here. We have 2 from Alamo, which is the Davy Bucket, which is a wonderful bock, real smooth, real easy. We have a Pale Ale from their Basement series, which is comes in at 6.0 alcohol. It's really good. Subtle hint of coconut. And we got this green tea OPA, or organic pale ale. Just kidding, that's probably not the name of it, but it is an organic pale ale. It tastes like green tea. It's really good from Portland, Oregon.
We don't know if it's made out of green tea
whatever,
or not, but it tastes like
it's
green
really
tea.
good. But Matthew has a special beer that he wants to introduce to the crowd. So take it away, Matthew.
So this has been a big popular beer in San Antonio for the last couple months already. It was brought to you by the main brewer of Weathered Souls Brewing Company, and it is the Black is Beautiful Imperial Stout.
Mm-hmm.
This beer was brewed, during the whole, time of
During this time right now.
During this time that we're still going through right now, actually. So it's in support of justice and equality for people of color, and you know.
For those who don't know, Weathered Souls is a black-owned local brewery here in San Antonio. So they started out, to support the movement. Black Lives Matter. You have a couple breweries here in San Antonio. They have the recipe. What they do is they team up and they
Collaborate.
they collaborate. They brew the beer, but they put their own little spin on it. So I mean, the ingredients the ingredients are the same.
This one is brought to you by the nice, very lovely people at Back Unturned. Love them so much.
Love you guys. So this is like I said, Back Unturned's iteration of Black is Beautiful, which is an imperial stout.
Coming in at 10%.
Yeah, so don't take it lightly. Like I said, just like same thing with the movement. Don't take it lightly. People are suffering out there, so we need to do our best to support any way you can, whether it just being buying a beer. So do that. If you find a brewery that is supporting the movement and having the Black is Beautiful beer on tap, I'm good there. You get that from me.
You can keep going a little bit more.
So yeah, like I say, if you know a brewery in your area that is brewing this beer, support the cause and buy yourself even if it's just a 16 ounce, or you want to do a pack, buy yourself for it.
And I heard about over 300 breweries around the world have been contributing to making this beer and selling it in the brewery. So,
like I said, like we were saying, a lot of breweries here in San Antonio are selling that. I know for sure. Alamo Beer Co. is also selling the 16 ounces of the cans. I was just picking up my Davy Bucket case to go, and I saw another customer who had a case of Black is Beautiful from Alamo Beer. So you can order to go from Alamo Beer. I believe Back on Turn does have their tap room open, and they're doing beers to go. If you want to visit Back on Turn as well, you can visit them at 516 Brooklyn Avenue here in San Antonio, Texas. So
go on the weekend on the brunch. And the brunch is delicious.
They have a brunch. They have an excellent pizzeria there. Full menu.
The wings are really good.
So go support a good brewery.
Of course,
awesome guys.
Just to introduce one more thing, I have a beer from Black Lab Brewing Company.
Oh, we know them.
Grizzly Greg's Ale, it's Amber Ale. That was recommended to me.
That's so good.
So I'm gonna try it out after.
What is it coming in at?
8.5%.
It's an amber ale?
Yeah.
8.5 amber ale?
Yes.
I'm drinking 10%.
Jesus.
It's so good. It reminds me of Newcastle.
Okay, I can see that. It's probably
White
one of the
Castle?
first dark beers I've
Never
had.
tried Newcastle? Oh man.
Well,
I was saying that was probably like one of my first like craft dark beers I've ever really tried. Mm. Ooh, that's smooth.
chocolate.
Yeah, real thick. Thick. It's a thick ass boy. No, it's good though.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see shit through the fucking.
Yeah, that's the point.
And black
That's
is
the point.
beautiful, baby. Look at that. So yeah, guys. I mean, support the cause. You know, this is for a good cause. You know, we here. You know, we support it all the way. But yeah, so let's continue on with our conversation. We're having a really, really good conversation about Dark Knight Rises.
And I'm next.
And okay, so you know, me and Steven giving our general thoughts about the movie. It's time for Matthew to give his general thoughts about Dark Knight Rises. So, how do you feel about it?
I don't like it. It sucked. It sucked. Story bad. Voices are bad.
I can tell you
Okay,
serious.
past the voices because we've already done like
I'm
the
just
voices, but you know what to you just didn't stand out at all? Like what bothered you?
The way Bruce Wayne came back out of nowhere.
You're talking about the first time
No, the second time.
after he climbed the.
After he climbed out the pit, and they're already like, we already have a day before this bomb goes off, and they're like, and Bruce Wayne's like, I'm back. It's like, what the where did you come from?
I'm back.
How long were you gone? How long did it take you to get back to Gotham? And how did you even get on Gotham anyway?
Okay, like
You're broke. You don't have any
You're broke,
resources.
bro.
okay,
You sold your company.
But
that's so true because I mean, and granted, I do like the way he comes back because I remember like you know they have Jim Gordon and you know other people that he's working with being sentenced to
No, you're good.
exile by you know or death by exile. So he has them walking out on the ice and he you know they're walking. He sees a flare and he's all like he light it and he lights it and you just see Batman coming out and it's like yes.
So you were excited about the second coming of Batman, not the second coming of Bruce Wayne, because he's talking about Bruce Wayne.
yeah, Bruce Wayne just shows up out of nowhere.
When
When,
Selena Kyle.
oh, okay. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
what-
well, that's. I mean, okay. I guess that's not something. I mean, she knew he was Batman, so.
I'm not
No,
the-
no, no. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like himself portraying himself as Bruce Wayne as opposed to Batman. I mean, he tries to keep them separate somewhat.
Yeah, but that was thrown out of the water when she takes him to the sewer, and to meet Bane for the first time, and he's all like, he calls him Mr. Wayne, and she's all like, what the fuck? Like that's Bruce Wayne, and then like she already knew, so it's not like saying difference. Like his cover's blown, so he's not trying to be, billionaire Bruce Wayne. Yes, and I get that he's broke.
But the one thing is like your powerful friend.
He still says that shit, doesn't
Yeah.
he? He does do that shit. Yeah.
And then the other
He's
thing
like,
that,
I got him on the case.
the other thing that bothers me too is like how the hell did Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character knew he was Batman?
Okay, yeah, that's the thing. Like that. Okay,
He's like,
so
I just knew by your face.
Yeah, it was just like I just knew.
he goes, I knew, pretty
All
girl on
along.
your arm. Once I saw your face, I knew. I'm just like,
Yeah.
That was stupid.
no,
That
you
was
didn't.
retarded.
Like,
This motherfucker Batman.
okay, like I said, like I
He's like, this motherfucker Batman.
This motherfucker's Batman.
like I said, like I'm a fan of the movie, but I recognize the flaws that it has. And yes, one of the flaws that it has is Joseph Gordon-Levitt's
You know,
character.
guys, I didn't mean to say it sucked or anything like that.
But honestly, I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt as an actor. Don John's probably one of my favorite movies, and he's great in it. Inception, he's
I
really
would say I
good.
loved him in Inception.
500 Days of Summer, he's great. I love him. I love JGL. I love him. But in this movie, I don't like him. Like he seems whiny. He seems like he's yelling all the time.
He's like-
He somehow knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman from the beginning, and he doesn't tell nobody except for Bruce Wayne. Just like, I knew, and he's just like, what? Like, no, you didn't. Just because you're an orphan, you know too. Like, come on now.
Like, I had that same look on my face.
Yeah, I'm just like, which I get. They're trying to like set up something. I get it, but it's just like
Robin.
but I don't know. It just didn't sit with me well. And yes, that whole thing. I know we're jumping around as far as like the movie, but yes, I mean, 'cause this movie's what, almost 10 years old.
Almost.
2 more years, be 10 years
2
old.
more years.
So it's 8 years old. So I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, then go watch it or whatever. But we're talking about it. So if you you've been watching the show, we know what we're talking about. But yes, that whole thing. He's like, oh, we know what's your name, John Blake. No, nothing here.
Jim Blake.
Here. Try using my real name.
My legal name.
No.
You should use that name more often.
No, she's like, you should use your full name more often. I like that name, Robin. I'm like, what? That's almost as bad as how Han Solo got his name in Solo. Like, that's almost as bad.
You'll be Han Solo.
Who the fuck would name their kid Robin? I know there's some females.
So what's his name? Robin John Blake?
So my thing is,
because she says full name.
My thing is they should have made him at least one of the Robins, not like, oh, Dick. My name's like Richard or.
I can see Dick. Richard because not a lot of people would accompany Dick with Richard.
But
I always think that's so funny though.
They could have incorporated one of the other ones. Like he could have been. My name's Tim.
Is there
Tim Drake?
Yeah.
Is there a Blake?
Drake.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, because I always heard John Blake. Right? Is this name right? John Blake.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wait, Blake. Isn't that already a name of a Robin? I'm thinking about Drake. So I'm just like, oh.
He could have been like subtle with it, but not like full on Robin. He could have been.
Yeah, I hated that.
It could have been a comic book Robin.
Okay,
like Tim Drake.
Okay. On one
that's
aspect,
that's the whole thing I was thinking about.
On one
they
aspect,
could have just made him one of the Robins.
I hated that she's like, oh, she used the name Robin. I'm like, oh, fuck off. Like, but at the same time, like, one of my favorite scenes of this movie is the last shot of this movie where you see him walking into the under the water and you just see it go up and that's it. Just like, that's it. Because I remember not only was that such a good, for me, a good thing to end off of, but it caused so much speculation because people were like, "Oh, we're gonna get a Nightwing movie now. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get that." I'm just like,
I'm sorry, I have to disagree with you. I hated that ending. I hated it. I would have liked it the other way around. I would have loved it to have ended with him going into the cave, walking up, and then the thing going up, and then jumping to Alfred, and then him seeing Bruce Wayne, and then boom, cut it right there, knowing that was it.
See, but the movie is called The Dark Knight Rises, not Bruce Wayne Survives. It's called Dark Knight. So he's taking on the mantle of the Dark Knight.
But the thing was that we knew we weren't going to get anything else after this. And then that just caused so much confusion because, like you said, oh, are we going to get this? Are we going to get that? And we got nothing ever. And that's what pissed me off about it. That's why I did not like it. He never made no
promises to make anything out there. Like,
no.
Always set up to be a trilogy.
I'm not talking about Christopher Nolan himself. I'm talking about the studio itself, the way that they had it ended. I mean, like, if they were going to end with Christopher Nolan ending in it that way, and then someone else taking up, okay, I don't think that was the studio. I think that was Chris Nolan because look at Inception. The way Inception ends, it's like it's up for your interpretation. But I'm just saying though too. Yeah, I guess. I got you. Because I forgot about that. I forgot about that stupid ending too.
He leaves this movie so open ended.
Yeah, it just leaves it way open ended, and I know. I'm sorry. I disagree with you. I just don't like it. I hated it.
The top of flickers.
I definitely hated. He was one of the worst characters in there. I'm sorry.
John Blake.
John Blake was one of the worst characters in there. Because the whole Robin thing.
I hate. Okay, one of the things I hated was when Jim Gordon's in the hospital and he tells John Blake, lose the uniform. You're a detective now. You're not allowed to believe in consequence, or no, you're not allowed to believe in. What did you say? You're not allowed to believe in coincidence anymore. So when the next scene or like the next the next scene over, you see him. He's interrogating the guy. He goes, I'm a detective. I'm not allowed to believe in concern. Shut up.
But his whole character origin itself too was just like there was no proper origin to it. It was just some random.
He's like my mom died.
Some random beat officer, just like the captain, they kept saying, "Someone get this hothead out of here." It's like, it's just some random beat officer that's just like, "So are we gonna go down there?" Like, well, we don't know what's down there. Yeah, we do. We know what's down there.
Like,
Commissioner's
the
down
commissioner's
there.
down there.
It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, get over yourself.
What you putting here? You got bombs? Like, ugh. And yeah.
Who you working for? And then he still goes and picks up the damn gun. I'm like, what the fuck? What was the point of throwing it?
It's like, oh man, you got explosives.
And then you know, he feels shame that he killed those two guys. He throws the gun, still goes and picks it up. But then that wasn't all the officers that stuck down there. And then he tries to go shave Jim Gordon, and he fucking has that big old shotgun. It's like, dude, first of all, you were already pissed that you killed two guys. Why the hell do you have a fucking shotgun?
At that, Jim Gordon gets the best of him. He's all,
like, make sure to check your corners.
Yeah, he's to the corners rookie. Like, you fucking you fucking got it.
So, here on my notes, I have like a whole bunch of thumbs up, thumbs down. Officer
John Blake
was a huge thumbs down.
I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but huge thumbs down.
One thing I noticed: 2 cameo characters from the start, from the beginning, and from the end that appeared in the movie that I didn't even notice because of course y'all know who appeared in the beginning.
Scarecrow,
Littlefinger.
Huh?
He played the CIA agent.
What? Oh yeah. I know he's going into Game of Thrones things.
Yeah. So Littlefinger.
The one was like, so which one of y'all is gonna stay on my plane? Who's gonna tell me about Bane and?
Okay, yeah.
That guy.
He played Littlefinger in Game of Thrones.
He's a character on Game of Thrones.
I don't remember us talking about Game of Thrones in this, Batman episode.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, these are the surprise cameos that I noticed when I was watching the movie last night.
I mean,
and
he wasn't a cameo because Game of Thrones wasn't on at the time.
As it was.
Yeah, it was.
Was Littlefinger there?
Yeah.
His little finger.
We'll keep on chugging.
And then another cameo was the cop on the bridge talking to
why did you keep your
Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
the soldier?
We will shoot at your feet.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
We will
Quinn.
blow up the bridge.
It's Quinn from Dexter. Have y'all seen Dexter?
I've seen Dexter, but I don't remember him.
He's Quinn.
I don't think these are cameos. These are just probably actors that got a job to
maybe not cameos, but they're just surprise appearances that I've noticed.
Well, Joffrey came out in Batman Begins, right?
Yeah,
he was the little kid,
the little boy.
A little boy.
The one that Katie Holmes is taking care of. The one that.
The one that gets the toxin, he's all like scared. He sees Batman.
Yeah, the one that's like, the other kids at school won't believe me, and he tosses them that thing.
Yeah.
Just little minor appearances from these characters that were.
I thought you were talking about like
bigger. Shows
they weren't really cameos, but they were just like characters that ended up coming out on like.
Okay.
They ended up being.
Okay, yeah, but when you talk about a cameo, I thought you were talking about.
Cameos,
I thought you were talking about.
So, anyways,
Cillian Murphy, Jonathan Crane.
That's what I thought
because
he was in all
three. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
All
like, he's a consistent
three.
character. He was one of the main antagonists in Batman Begins.
He was one of the villains in Batman Begins. If you think about it, Batman Begins kind of had 3. Because you remember you mentioned Falcone, but Scarecrow and then Ra's al Ghul, which the guard. That was Liam Neeson's real character name was Ducard, but he took on the mantle of Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, and
that was another thing. Okay, so I love the way Christopher Nolan shot the movies, the way he did them all, but the realism of the movies is what kind of turned me off on all of them as well. Because again, Ra's al Ghul, we know, is the leader of the League of Shadows, or the League of Assassins in the comic books. And we know that he's been alive for thousands of years because of the Lazarus Pit.
In comics.
In the comics.
And in the cartoons and in the movies.
Yes,
but in this one...
Not so much in the movie.
In the movie, when Liam Neeson comes back towards the end, he's like, what about Ra's al Ghul, the Immortal? It's just that somebody else took over the mantle and took over the name of Ra's al Ghul.
He even said, like, I told you I'm immortal.
I always thought that when he said that I'm immortal, is that he means his plan, his general agenda is like, you know what, like, this is who I am and this is what my plan is, and that's never going to go. You can kill me, but the Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's agenda is never going to go away. That's what I always figured.
But
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like someone else is gonna take over that mantle.
Yeah, but not so much being Ra's al Ghul, but you have
Talia. But he took the name.
So are you gonna talk about Bane or what?
He took
Not
the
gonna-
name
not gonna
because
say
that's where I was
say
gonna go.
about Bane.
Because that's where I was gonna go. Because Talia Miranda, even says, you killed my father, Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
He was never Ra's al Ghul. He just took the name from somebody else. So then that takes me to believe.
Is that ever really established though?
Raj Al Ghul.
Is that ever really?
Ra's al
Because
Ghul.
she considers herself Al Ghul, Talia Al Ghul.
Yeah, but she doesn't consider herself Ra's al Ghul. Like,
No, that's not that she considers herself Ra's al Ghul. She considers her dad Ra's al Ghul.
but is he not
Do you
Ra's al
remember? Do you
Ghul?
remember?
No,
do you remember the tell?
he's not.
Of the Alfred said that
His character name and his
Yes, I know his Dakar.
his credit character name has
But I thought
always
that was
been
just like a
Dakar.
front. I always thought that was just like a front.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's where they're taking.
So you think Ra's al Ghul is an idea?
No, yeah, because instead of them doing
An idea.
instead of them doing the Lazarus pit, they're just saying
It's an idea of an.
it's just the next person is taking over that persona of Ra's al Ghul and continuing on with
I've never
the
thought about it
plan.
that way. I've always thought about like he was Ra's al Ghul, he died, but his
but it was
agenda
never
stayed
kind of
alive.
explained fully.
Yeah.
Because if you heard Alfred's tale when he was talking to Bruce before he became Batman, was like he was a mercenary who fell in love with a princess. And princess got pregnant. She got sent down to the pit.
Damn it!
Talia had Talia.
I gotta go.
Go for it.
And then that's like Bruce didn't connect the dots together because he still thought Bane was the kid that Alfred was talking about. That it was Ra's al Ghul's son or something like that.
Yeah.
And then that's when Ra's came up and he's like, "Oh,
I
you were the mercenary."
I like how he always refers to it as the child of Ra's al Ghul. He never says the son or daughter. He always says child. So that's a loophole that they put into your head. Like it's the child.
It's like-
Bane's the child of Ra's al Ghul. No,
But
because you don't know if it's a son or a daughter. It's a child of Ra's al Ghul.
But during the fight scene with Bane and Batman, the first one, Bane kind of gave himself away, kind of giving them like, "I'm not who you think I am." He's like, "Oh, you adapted the God."
I love that fucking line.
He's like,
He goes, "Oh, you think darkness is your ally? Well, I was born in it, molded by it.
And then he was like,
By the time I saw
the
light,
light.
I was already a man, and by then I saw it blinding."
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yes, I fucking love it. And then not only that, okay,
then you
yes,
see him.
let's get into Bane. Bane as the character. And thankfully Steven's back because I mean, he probably has a lot to say about it. Yes, I know we talked briefly about it, like, Bane in the comics and in the,
But, can I go first?
Yeah, but let me set it up. Yeah, this is called setting it up, Matthew. This is what we call it in business. But Bane has always been that character of so much, not so much of a henchman. Okay.
Just wanted to go. So sorry. And I know we're gonna have to take another break here in a bit because the time's running now. But anyways,
Okay.
so you talking about Bane? I wanted to see if it was cool. You go through these thumbs up, thumbs down kind of things that I have.
Okay, we'll do it for this
And
time now.
and one of the things was Bane because I loved Bane's intro, and I know that's what you were getting ready to talk about because we want to talk about more about Bane. So I want to say that I love the way he came into the movie. Go ahead.
So yes, and like I said, like, with the comics, and our background about Bane has always been kind of either this or that. He's either just a henchman. If you've seen Batman Forever, or no, Batman Robin. You've seen Batman and Robin. He was just a henchman. He was just a dumb, bird. Yeah, he's just like an idiot. But Bane, his character, has always been more than that in the comics. Always been a mercenary. He's the one that broke Batman's back. That's a major storyline in comics.
Well, the major storyline in the comics is not only that he broke him physically, he also broke him mentally. Which he did also in the movie.
And that's the thing. And here's another piece of trivia. According to Christopher Nolan, Bane was chosen as this movie's main antagonist, aka the villain, to test Batman's mentality as well as his physicality. Two major characteristics of Bane from the comic series. So there you go. You said, like, he broke Batman. And that's the thing. And Yes, in this movie, his introduction was amazing. Was he all big? No, but he was big enough.
That was a big turnoff in me in the movie for me because when he was, I loved his introduction into the movie.
That's how it looks like.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's real light for a box.
For real, what the hell?
What I was saying in the movie, I loved the way he was introduced, and right away you knew like, oh dude, this guy's gonna be like a badass motherfucker. But the guy that plays Littlefinger, the actor that played the CIA agent, one of the lines that he says to Bane is like, "You're a big guy,"
and he was like,
For you.
But
Yeah.
wait, so I was interpreting that line. I was like, when he said like, "What if I rip that thing off?" And he was like, "It'd be extremely painful."
Yeah.
And then that's when he's like, "Well, you're a big guy," and he was like, "For you." Did he mean it'll be painful for him, for the CIA agent,
No,
or for Bane,
it'd be painful for.
or for both of them?
Yeah, because the doc. I mean, that's the thing. Like when when they tell the tale of Bane, he's like, oh, by the time I found him, the doctor already done the same. The mask keeps the pain at bay. How? I don't fucking know. But let's just go on with it.
Hold on. We're gonna do this real quick. Just gonna snap in, snap out, real quick.
Okay, and we're back really fast. Introduction to server, episode 45. Bane. Okay, yeah. So
Beers right here.
yeah.
Black Lab.
So yeah, I mean, we're talking about the character of Bane and Tom Hardy's portrayal as Bane. So I have no piece of trivia for you guys. Tom Hardy stands at at our height. I mean, he gets generally. I know you're a little taller,
5'2".
and you're a little short. You're a little shorter. He stands at a 5'9". He's short.
Taller than me.
He's a short guy.
He's taller than me.
He had to wear 3-inch lifts in his shoes.
And also, Christopher Nolan did some camera tricks to make him seem bigger,
to make him appear taller,
bigger.
Camera angles.
Yeah,
That's
so-
why you always see him upper angles of him.
Yeah, and like I say, and he's always just like, and he's just
He's always just like this.
yeah, and he's a presence. He's a fucking presence. Also, another piece of trivia that whole line. That's a lovely, lovely voice. That was improv by Tom Hardy. Good line, because that scene in general was just pretty badass. But yes, the character as Bane, and I know this is a running joke of like Tom Hardy in his movies always covered up by a mask. You have him as Bane, you have him as Mad Max, with
You have to really
in his face, he's always covered up.
His eyes.
Yeah, and that's the thing in this movie. His eye acting, I guess you can call it, him acting with the eyes is really good, because there's that scene where he's talking to Bruce Wayne after he broken his back, which we'll get into, but after he broke his back, he's talking to him in the cell, and he's all like, he goes, I have to, I forget what he tells him, he goes, I had to do something, he goes, not up your body. But his eyes, he goes, but of your soul. Like, his fucking eyes, like, it's just, I don't know, something about it, like that shit catches me. I'm just like, God damn, Tom Hardy's a fucking good actor.
But what also stood out was when he was in front of Black Lake Prison, and he was
giving
his speech.
Giving his speech.
And you can see in his, his menacing, like...
He's pissed.
Yeah.
This city will endure. Like, oh, fucking love him. Like, I love it.
And
like
the people.
Yeah, the people.
But and even his body language, he goes,
And
back to
he was
you,
Yeah.
the people.
Yeah, like,
When he's
Because
reading-
like
when he's reading the speech.
he's moving like this. It's like
yeah. Yeah,
So keep going. I want to switch on the battery.
yeah. Yeah. We have the technical stuff, but whatever. Steven's going to take care of it. But yes, so, and I know that's a big thing. Everybody is like, oh, his voice. Oh, his voice. Like, no, because, I don't know, like, for me, it brought more to the character of Bane. I don't know much of Bane's backstory, but like I said, like if you watch the Harley Quinn series, he has that same exact voice, and it's funny. It's
I
like
think that may just be a joke too.
yeah, but that's also a joke. But it's just like they make it work in a way to where it's not like making fun of him, but it's also not like, I don't know. It's weird. So I've never subscribe to that fact of like, oh, you know, his fucking voice, it ruins it for me. Nah, dude, like, fuck no.
I think the thing I like about what they did with Bane in here, and one of the things, don't be honest with you guys, I cheated and I watched a breakdown video of the movie.
You fucker.
So, I watched the movie because I want to watch it because I haven't watched it in a long time. So it was on Netflix for the longest time, and now they took it off. So, one of the inspirations for this movie was the Tale of Two Cities, a book about that took place during the French Revolution. You know, that's why you got the poor and the rich, like nearly Tale of Two Cities. Like you got
that's a main theme in this movie is the poor and the rich,
and Bane pretty much played a liberator, a revolutionist.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty I don't know, in the comic books that's what he was. In the comic books, I'm pretty sure he was
In the comic books, that's kind of what he was, but again, he wasn't part of the League of Assassins or in the movies the League of Shadows.
So
but
he was saying like, I'm here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny.
Yeah, he was.
It's to destroy Gotham.
He was a mercenary throughout his time in the comics and in the cartoons and stuff like that. But he was more of like how can I say, like, because a lot of what he knew was like Puerto Rican, or not Puerto Rican, but like
Spanish.
Peru. Yeah, he was like of
Latin
descent from South America.
Yeah. So they still kept with that liberated character, and of course, changed him a little bit. Made him be like, I'm part of the League of Shadows, and I'm still here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny, even though he casted me out. In
all honesty, in the cartoons and some of the movies, they made him they make him real dumb, but in reality, he's like
smart.
He's real smart.
Yeah, like, he's almost at like Joker level as far as like strategic, kind of like
he knew,
but he's not about chaos. He's just about revolutionary
order, revolution,
and that's what
liberating.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think this movie should be praised more, because they shed light on a character that's always been brushed off as like a dumb asshole. They gave,
especially after that.
They gave more.
That's what I'll give credit to, is that they gave him a really good, like, persona of the character, not just this dumb brute guy.
And granted, I will say, like, it was kind of ruined for me when it was just like all part of another person's master plan. He's just like, I was just like, okay, like, I get where you're going.
Henchman again.
Yes, you just basically just reduce him down back to a henchman, but
he's my protector.
But at the same time, okay, so let's talk about it. I know you have it down on your notes right here. Here's a piece of trivia. Another piece of trivia. Let's see here. To prepare for his role, Tom Hardy gained 30 pounds and studied various fighting styles. Also, Tom Hardy accepted the role of Bane without reading the script. He was verbally told that he would have unprecedented access to extensive stunt training and equipment that he could, enjoy knocking around. So,
and I'm sure he did most of his own stunts.
Because
he's a big guy.
And like I said, he just came off.
Have you seen him in Warrior?
He just came off of Warrior.
The movie was sad.
Steven, you gotta watch Warrior.
I know, but okay, but just stick to this.
Yes, let's stick to this. But yeah, so because like I said, there's that one scene where he's just like fighting Batman on the fucking on the steps, and he's just winning on him. But let's not forget the first battle that Bane and Batman have.
Okay, and that's where I want to get to, because like I said, I have some things here that thumbs up, thumbs down kind of thing, and that's two of the things that I wanted to point out. For the battle between him and Batman, the way I have it is round one, because there's 2 rounds. If you think about it, there's 2 rounds. It was, the first round was Batman versus Bane, because this was Batman battling Bane, for the first time. This was him, trying to stop him, and before he could do whatever he did.
Batman was all like, I can take him, no problem.
Why you sound so far?
That's what I'm saying. I'm close as hell.
Anything connected?
So
Hello, can you hear me
Yeah.
Yeah,
again?
we're good. Okay, sorry.
That's better.
so that's what I want. One of the things I wanted to bring up. And then round 2 is Bane versus Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
Batman,
know.
he's strong. He came back stronger.
So this is the way I have it rated for me personally, and I want to see how y'all do. Round 1, boom! I thought it was a badass fight. I thought it was awesome. Especially him, how you were talking about. I was born in the darkness.
No, dude, that fucking monologue is
and all that stuff.
fucking mint.
And then him breaking, and I will break you, and he fucking broke his back. And then
that whole fight scene where
for
he's
me-
just talking.
for me, round 2 was kind of like up and down, because again, like you said, I liked it when there's that one point where he pushes Batman, he's just going at him, and then like Batman moves and he's still going at the fucking
Wall.
pillar, and it
Yeah.
breaks. But I mean, they cut the fight so short. But I think that's because we got that first fight, so they're like, oh, we've already seen them battle.
But
And
it's
then-
also because of cinematic value. Like, there's a lot going on in that second
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people,
Police
there's a
versing
lot going on to where they have to
The
like,
Liberators.
yeah.
which I also give a thumbs down to. I hated that. I hate that.
It was
that
a
was
weird representation.
Yeah.
I watching it again, you could clearly see all the all the extras like not punching each other. You could clearly see it.
They're just hardcore dancing.
They're like,
Like if it's not Bane touching one guy and punching him, or not Batman getting another guy and punching him,
they're all just like
then they're all just like
They're just all hardcore dancing.
like they really are. Like I know, like and it shows. And it,
but that's
it-
a lot of extras.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, that's a lot of extras. And for cinematic value, it looks awesome. But if you take a really, really closer look, you could see like it's just not that great.
You probably just see two people just standing there, just like.
Honestly, you really because at one point like there's a overhead shot of them meeting, and there's this one cop who just like runs between everybody and like he just misses everybody until he finally stops and like pretends to punch somebody. I'm just like, okay, that's weird.
The other thing I couldn't get over is when in the second battle they're talking to each other and the two voices colliding with each other. It's like,
You came back to die with your city.
who's got the worst voice?
I came back to kill. I became back to what is it, to destroy you or something like. It's just like, oh, okay, all right, stop talking that. But the first battle, I mean,
His whole monologue during that whole battle.
but not only that, there's that scene where she closes the gate and he turns around and like they walking towards each other and there's Bane, he's walking up and you just hear his footsteps, because he's a heavy guy, but you hear Batman's footsteps and they're real light, and that was
I don't know about footsteps, guy.
that was a sound kind of like technique that the director used to invoke that feeling that Bane is a heavy guy and Batman is not so heavy, so it's like it's a big old guy versus a little guy. And man, like does he kick his ass in that first fight? Because
Especially.
Okay,
yes, when he just wails on his head and just
it's also talk about. And I know we're getting really deep with Batman and Bane. I also want to talk about some of the other characters as well, because I have a beef with two of the other characters.
Okay, so let me just say real fast that I was super glad, and when I say glad, like as a comic book character, as a comic book fan, that they, that he broke Batman's back. I was wondering which would die first.
Your spirit or your body?
Or your body. And like, bam, just fucking breaks his back.
you
And just like, yeah, and just like, damn, dude. Like, I was like, when I first saw him, like, holy, they really broke Batman's fucking back. Like, god damn, that's fucking badass.
I just think like him just picking him up,
He-
and him like
just-
of course like kind of struggling a little, but he's still like.
He still gets his ass
then-
up and just fucking and looking at it, it doesn't look like much. It just kind of boom, just falls over. But like,
Yeah.
no, he fucking broke his fucking back. And like, holy shit. So I think that was awesome.
I think that was badass, but I think they could have done it better
You wanted more blood
and
or
more
what?
dramatic, because I thought what they did would look more really dramatic and look fucking like, oh my god, was when he kept hitting him in the head and he cracked the cowl, the mask,
Yeah.
and I was just like, holy shit, like damn, he's just going at him and then you just see it cracking. It's like, and then like he rips off half of it and he's just like carrying it and he's just like,
Yeah. He's just like, fuck it.
Whatever,
Like,
it's like-
yeah. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? I fucking love it, dude. I love that fucking whole thing. Okay, so you have some character gripes.
Yeah. Okay. So then another character that we got in The Dark Knight Rises, that I kind of like, but at the same time, we didn't really get much info like the way we didn't get, from Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is Catwoman, which technically they never really said she was Catwoman.
Okay, so here's another.
She said she was a cat.
She was a cat burglar.
Here's another piece of trivia. The nickname Catwoman is never spoken in the movie. Newspaper articles refer to her as the Cat. This is to keep the original incarnation of the character, not yet named Susan Kyle, who was a Jew thief and was known as the Cat before becoming the Catwoman. However, that just goes on, but yeah, so she was never referred to as Catwoman. In early iterations of, I guess, the character in comics, she was always referred to as the Cat.
And I was very, very disappointed they didn't give her the whip.
You just wanted that whip, though.
No, but I mean that was like one of her main, things that she would use is that whip. She would use it, like the way Indiana Jones would use it to fucking swing across things.
Did you know that when Anne Hathaway auditioned for this role, her first initial audition, she thought that she was auditioning for Joker's on again, off again Harley Quinn girlfriend?
No.
It wasn't until she got the part and she discussed it with Christopher Nolan that she found out that she was playing Selena Kyle. So she went into thinking that she was playing Harley Quinn.
No one can replace Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen Anne Hathaway as Harley Quinn. I can't.
Nope.
No,
And
can't.
especially with no Joker.
Yeah, especially with no Joker.
I mean, I know we've seen Birds of Prey with no Joker,
but they kind of had that one little scene of him and like.
But I feel like Suicide Squad did a good enough job of establishing that Harley and Joker relationship.
Yeah, but like to bring her out just randomly like that.
Yeah, that would have been weird, especially if they don't mention anything about Joker. That would have been weird.
Hey, they kind of did that in Green Arrow, or like it was just like a.
Yeah, that was just, but they never really showed her.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Lame.
but yeah, so Selena Kyle, no origin story other than that she was just known as the Cat because she was like a Jew thief, whatever. I like the way they brought her out, but again, she was just a random character, just so random that she was already stealing from Bruce Wayne.
That love interest was just like forced when she kissed him for the first time at the ball. Was weird.
At the what?
At the ball.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of weird. And then she was always like, "Oh, we're saving your girlfriend, huh?" And then they end up together at the end.
It's like, yeah, just for your girlfriend, whatever, blah blah blah. But I mean, I think they could have done a lot better. I mean, they never even mentioned that. Like, one of the things with her too is that she always had that black cat. She always had a cat with her, and they never even showed that or whatever.
The video game. Oh, not the video game. The video I saw. I'm sorry, I cheated like that. Kind of gave praise to the way like she still had the outfit, but it was practical with her goggles turning into the cat.
Yeah,
piece.
yeah.
They're like, bravo to Christopher Nolan, still giving still homaging her cat persona, but still like integrating real life,
yeah,
real life things into the suit.
But
like
even then,
they
they showed her using that, but they didn't show her why she was using it. It was like, like it was like what are those? Or just like goggles, or what is it exactly?
Like, goggles, I guess, like.
But they never really say what they really were or what they were used for.
Yeah.
Like, are they just shades?
Just shades, because obviously she was wearing them when she was driving the Bat Pod.
Okay, so I'm sorry, mic's off. So, okay, given you guys thoughts about Selena Kyle and Hathaway's portrayal of said character, never being mentioned as a full on Catwoman character, but she's she's the cat burglar. She has the goggles with the with the that conveniently turn to cat ears.
Cat
the
ears.
technical goggles.
And obviously, I mean, I love Anne Hathaway, and her writing that Bad Pod is just my favorite scenes. But
And honestly, I can't wait to see Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Yes, of course,
in the
of course.
Batman.
But what I'm getting at is that, like, what do you guys feel about the old, ultimately the end game of her character, as far as being that character that Bruce Wayne ultimately finds, good end, or not so much good end, but
good,
like,
but I think
She always battled with that, good or bad. Like I could be good.
that's
I could
something
also be bad.
that's something that's always been battled throughout. even the comics, the
video games,
the cartoons, everything.
Because in the video game, she was in the juice in Arkham City, and she was she had that same decision. Like I could leave, but I could also stay and help him out.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, once he stayed, she helps him out, saves the city. Just like in Dark Knight Rises, because obviously she's like, your whole no gun rule thing.
But I agree.
Sucks.
I agree with him that it was a forced love interest because, he was really, I don't know. It was really I don't know. It was just weird. It just seemed they always seemed awkward every time they were around each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like an uncomfortable scene. It's like, okay, get over yourselves. It's like, ugh. Not
like you're poor, you're rich. Come on.
Not like the way fucking Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer had it in Batman Returns.
This boy has a soft spot for that.
I'm just saying, that you could tell, and especially the part when they find out who they really are. And she's like, "What do we do? Do we fight? Do we do it?" It's like,
whoa.
But
so,
there hasn't been a live action
since Halle Berry.
Oh yeah.
No.
We don't recognize that.
Okay. All right, we don't recognize that. So my other thing too is Miranda Tate, aka Talia. That was such a random thing that nobody knew, unless you really.
I guess that kept the two villain formula of Christopher Nolan's movies.
It did. It really did.
I mean, yeah, it did, but actually, it was kind of a three villain.
Not for a second, do I believe?
Because
Scarecrow was in it.
Because Scarecrow was in it, even though he didn't wear the mask. Dr. Crane was in it.
Hey, but don't forget. Don't forget. No, I wouldn't consider Cillian Murphy as another villain. I'd consider, God,
him as
damn it, Ben Mendelsohn's character.
Oh yeah, Ben Mendelsohn.
He's also, but he dies early on, so I mean, he's not really.
But he, Daggett, I think, is a
Daggett.
representation of a character in the comic book. Is named differently.
He kind of got started the thing.
But,
he got the wheels rolling.
He was like, I'm the one who set up, the stock exchange heist.
And this gives you power over me.
And then,
yeah. Do you feel in charge? Oh, he just puts his fucking shit.
Damn.
He puts his big ass hand on his shoulder and just like.
So
yeah,
take a pause real quick. I'm drinking the newest addition to Black Laboratories Brewery, Rob's Secret.
It's a secret, don't you?
It's a secret. It looks juicy. It's like orange juice. It's like orange juice to me, but.
So yeah, Marion Cotillard, her, you spin all over the fucking table. Her character, okay, yeah, it was kind of real.
Oh shit! I don't know that.
It was real kind of come and go, really fast. Which I don't know too much.
And again, it was so random. I think that's what I just didn't like about the movie. That everything was just so random.
Come and go.
Like
random
orange juice.
I mean,
because the way it was that it was almost like you were supposed to know who everybody was already, kind of thing.
But then again, like, I don't know. I'm always forgiving for the movie because, for one, it's Christopher Nolan.
Guys, I'm gonna pause real quick. This is fucking delicious.
What is it?
It is Rob's Secret.
I know it's Rob's Secret.
You can't talk about it.
Hazy IPA, bro.
Oh, okay. Can I try it? I'm trying to see.
No, I'm not gonna try.
I like their other one better. The Haze. What is it called? Haze 2.
The Space Force.
Yeah. That was good.
Citrus Space Force.
That one needs more citrus in it, but it's good.
Nope. Tastes like orange juice.
Nope.
Okay. Fuck off.
Okay, so Miranda Tate, her thing was it's hit or miss, whatever. And yeah, a lot of stuff in the movie is hit or miss.
And no offense, she was good in Inception.
Inception.
You gotta remember,
coming off from the villain.
We got three
Inception.
people. We had 3 people come out from Inception into The Dark Knight Rises.
Raj Al Ghul.
Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah.
Miranda
Well, Raj Al
Tate.
Ghul was already in the first one.
Yeah.
Miranda Tate.
Miranda Tate.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Just one
and
level.
Jessica.
Could have been 4 if they cast Leonardo.
That's the Riddler.
Yeah.
I remember I got Rick Rolled when they said, "Oh, trailer Dark Knight Rises with Leo." I was like, and then it was fucking Rick dancing.
Hey, we're gonna
Gotta
give you up.
I'll let you down. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
God, Rick Road. Oh my god. Okay, so we're reaching the end of it, but I want to touch on one thing real fast. Hopefully, it's the same thing you want to touch on.
No, I just wanted to do a quick snip and snap break.
Okay, we
Just
can
to
do
restart it. Snip and snap. Snip and snap.
Snip and snap. Snip snap. Snip snap. Snip snap.
Snip, snap, snap. All right, we're going to take a snip, snap break. Hold on.
Yeah.
And we are back talking Dark Knight Rises. Sorry for all the interruptions.
Duty
and-
calls, people. Duty calls.
It does. Nature, right? Nature. God.
If you're a true
Just
fan, you need to
appreciate
be
this
with
beer.
us at this third hour. I'm just kidding.
I love unfiltered hazy beers like this.
Look at that. That's
Delicious.
And it's gonna be another challenge editing that third or fourth segment.
Oh yeah.
Because we had our camera went down.
As long as,
and
as long as it keeps you on your feet. As long as it keeps you on your feet, bro. As long as it keeps you on your feet. It's all good. It's all good. You're doing a great job.
All
You're doing
right,
a great
so
job.
Dark Knight
Great
Rises.
job.
Dark Knight Rises. We went through a lot of stuff. One of the other things I wanted to talk about is Batman's toys, dude. Batman got a new toy in this one.
Some new toys. Two new toys.
2 new toys.
The EMP gun.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
And
But,
then, of course, the big boy.
The big boy.
The wing.
The bat.
The bat.
But just kind of go through overall with all the Batman, starting with the Tumbler, the
Coming black.
Batmobile.
Yeah.
Coming black.
How did y'all feel about that when that came out?
Granted, like I'm real forgiving with all these movies because I know what Christopher Nolan's going for. He's going for that real world, setting. So I was real forgiving. Like,
Okay, but real world, he could have still gotten some type of other car. But I'm just saying.
but granted, like,
But-
this, like,
Why a fucking tank?
but the exposition in that first movie, like, oh, this is meant for bridging bridges.
That was a real vehicle, though. And
Yeah, I
he
know.
actually made it work.
Yeah.
So
And
that,
even the fucking bike.
like, honestly, it looks terrible. The tumbler looks terrible.
To be honest with you, I liked the Tumbler. I
Yeah.
thought it was fucking badass, especially when he actually uses it. He's jumping over roofs. It's
Yeah.
like
But
yeah.
I like
Yeah,
the
okay,
I like the bike when he gets it in
The
Dark
bike-
Knight,
the
or,
Bat
like,
Pod.
the Bat
Hold on.
Pod.
Let me
And
just
he's
back
like,
off of that. Remember the 2008 MTV Movie Awards where they have Andy? And remember how they always do the spoofs of the movies? And they have Andy Dick, and he's a piece car, and like just that guy. He's flying over rooftops. I just fucking said that. Like, he's just, I can love it. But yes, Dick's terrible. Practical, yes. The Bat Pod. How anybody could drive that thing, I have no idea because it's 2 giant ass wheels.
I just like where, and of course, it's more
Especially-
demonstrated in the Dark Knight Rises, where like the wheels rotate.
yeah, it was like especially in the Dark Knight Rises where he sees the where he's surrounded by the cops on the freeway and then he sees that thing and it's like turning like. I was like, dude, they go so slow. Like they could have already like
And then the cops
ran
are
over
like-
there
the cops are
and
just like-
arrested him.
It's like, okay, come on, let's
Yeah,
go.
it's like come on, and then like, and then he goes.
And then he was like, and then like the cop when the main, like I forgot his name, the main sergeant or whatever, he's like, he has a lot of firepower. I was like, and you don't.
Yeah, and you don't like.
You got away, sir. Like, y'all let him get away.
Yeah, like
So then the brand new thing that came out in the Dark Knight Rises, the Batwing,
the bat.
The bat.
the bat.
Yeah, I just got around calling it the bat. Like,
And
shut
yes-
up, bat.
And yes,
which
Mr.
is
Wayne
technically the
comes in black.
Batwing.
Yeah.
He comes in black.
What did y'all guys think about it? How did y'all feel?
I feel like the Batwing was better in BBS.
My mom told me not to get into strange cars, get into cars with strange guys.
This isn't a car. This
I don't
isn't
know.
a car.
I didn't like it. I'm gonna be honest. It just seemed just too ridiculous. Because if we're going for the real world type of thing, just like, okay, that's, and no one found that fucking thing sitting on the roof for how long?
Wait, but how did
Oh,
it,
and
how did it become a pilot?
It was in
all of a
black.
sudden?
Oh, and then for some reason you fix the autopilot when nobody's looking. Like, got the fuck out of here! Like,
well, he said like
disposition.
well,
Yeah.
Lucius Fox even mentions like, well, maybe a man of not my stature, but someone of your
But
stature
what I'm saying,
can fix the
but
autopilot.
when he tells them that, as opposed to when it actually happens, it's like a day. So I'm like, he figured that shit out in a fucking day.
Because he had nothing else to do. That's what Lucius
But
Fox
that was
said.
when he
Wait,
returned. That was when he returned from the prison.
Are
It's
you
like,
sure he figured that out in the day? He may have figured that out before he went to
Yeah,
prison.
before he went to prison.
Maybe. But
He may have, you know, like, oh yeah, there's a patch in here, and then that's when Lucius Fox was. You can't even see the tears.
So he-
in Morgan Freeman's eyes, and like, what?
So then here's the other thing though too. So we got the Bat, which technically was the Batwing.
the Batwing.
Then
bitch.
we got the return of Wayne Manor and the Batcave.
All perfectly
you-
intact.
What did y'all think about that?
I loved it. I mean, I wasn't too big of a fan of the temporary cave and the Dark Knight with all the white, whatever. And I just
Like so much room there.
because for me, I'm just like, where the fuck is that? Like, like.
How do you find money? Oh, he has,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
has the
not
money
only that,
to-
but
he
it's
probably
like,
has the
but
money to dig
like in a
underground
random
hole.
area too, because Alfred goes into just random construction site and
Just
it's
random-
like,
It's
Just
just
random
like,
cargo-
where
like cargo,
is that? Like, and why is it not flooded like the fucking arc reactor that he has? And just like, so I like that, and I also, again, because I have a soft spot for it. The ending, I love when it just kind of just goes up and you hear the music, boom, like just like, oh, gives me a fucking boner. Like, I love it. Like, but yeah, so the Batwing, the Batcave, I liked it. Batwing, not so much, but I get it. You have to, upgrade for the next movie.
I can't even see the logo.
And one of the things I wanted to mention too is something that I said earlier was that one of Batman's main things, and he said it too,
Fuck Katie Holmes. Oh,
was
sorry.
Rachel.
was no guns, no killing. And then she's like, "Where's the fun in that?" And I was like, "Dude, Batman, you've killed before. You've killed multiple times
Especially in BVS.
No, what? No, not talking about BVS.
That's a whole different discussion.
in the trilogy.
That's a whole different discussion.
No, in the trilogy, he's killed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe.
So he let Liam Neeson's character die. He says,
Oh, yeah.
he goes,
Yeah, he's
I'm
like-
not going to kill you,
But it wasn't.
I don't
but I
wanna
want to
save
save you.
But,
But
it wasn't a gun.
And he
no,
was like,
but he still let him die.
But it wasn't.
But
it wasn't a gun.
Okay, but,
But
why?
it was
Why?
cool when he,
why
like-
did he let him die and not the Joker when he threw the Joker over?
Because he didn't want to let him die. He knew Ra's al Ghul was doing, like, he knew that the situation was like, if I don't stop this train, it's gonna fucking crash.
Because
so I have to let him
because
die.
that microwave.
But why
that
couldn't he
microwave
just take
machine was on
him
there.
with him? He could have
Because
grabbed
he was
him.
still learning. He was
It
still
doesn't-
young. He was still a
Yeah.
young Batman. He
And-
just became Batman.
and
he
in-
he
in
didn't
the
know
dark-
he didn't know his grappling hook could take
in
a
the
full
dark
weight
in the Dark Knight. He did kill Harvey Dent.
because he had to.
He
He had to. If he had the chance to save somebody as opposed to letting them die,
But
as
Gordon's
like
speech
Joker.
was like, Batman didn't kill Harvey Dent. No, he didn't.
But he did.
But he did.
And he even killed the guy that was in the trash truck when
Oh, yeah.
and the whole scene when he smashed into and the truck went.
Bro.
Well, I mean, he's a trash guy. So.
That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, that's death right there.
Fuck you guys, okay? Yeah, no,
That guy smashed to pieces. Like. This guy's dead.
There's no,
He's dead.
there's no confirmation.
Dead.
There's no confirmation. You didn't know that.
No, like that whole front truck was obliterated.
Who else did he kill? He killed mercenaries because when he was fighting them and they were shooting, he would point to them and even though it was the other guy, pulling the trigger. He
doesn't point the gun. It wasn't him. It was you. If I'm pointing the gun at Matthew, you kill Matthew. I didn't fucking do shit.
No, but you forced my hand over there.
I didn't do it. You fucking put the trigger.
You grabbed me.
Right? I just like.
There's always been a debate. Because even in the old Batman movies, when Michael Keaton dropped that mine.
Michael Keaton fucking killed the Joker.
Dropped that mine, and then he just let the Joker fall.
Yeah, he killed the Joker because he shot him, and then he got his leg and the gargoyle stuck together, and
yeah. So
and he killed the penguin.
So honestly, Jack Nicholson as the Joker was
penguins killed the penguin.
Jack Nicholson as the Joker was phenomenal. I was watching The Departed like a few weeks ago.
Jack Nicholson.
Oh, he killed Two-Face. He killed Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face.
Yeah,
that was
because he was like,
he threw the coins in.
Like, it was my coin. Like, shut up, Tommy Lee Jones. Get the fuck out of here.
He killed
you buffoon.
Wait. Who was the villain in Batman Forever? So it was Two-Face and Riddler.
Yeah.
And then in Batman and Robin?
It was Poison Ivy
and
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Everybody chill.
Bane. He killed Bane too.
He didn't kill anybody in Batman and Robin. George Clooney's the only one that hasn't killed.
Oh.
He killed Batman.
Yeah.
Wait,
so, no. Bane didn't die. He just got.
That's what I said. He didn't kill anybody.
I hated that. Like every time I saw that when I was younger, I was like, he looks like me.
That's Eddie. So Christian Bale's Batman is a murderer.
Batman kills.
He killed
in every movie he's in, other than Batman and Robin.
The only one he did not kill is the Scarecrow because Scarecrow came out in all three.
And granted, in this movie,
and he shot the truck that Talia was in, and she died.
Okay, so let's talk about how she dies with fucking Jim Gordon in the back, who's been rolling around everywhere. Is like, Bruce Wayne? Like, he's still alive? How are you still alive? Wayne? Like, motherfucker.
It was emotional though. It's like, but putting a coat on a kid. And he was like,
Bruce Wayne?
Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, that was cool. That's some acting right there, boy.
That Talia death was not acting at all. Because literally she was just like...
Dude, like she was all... like, oh, God.
Like, wait.
She might as well just stuck her tongue out, too.
Oh, wait, man. What killed you, though? Like, I don't see anything that killed you. Other than, like, the fall. Like, maybe... Like, no, he would have suffered some head damage, but not death.
No, I don't know. I mean, come on, Jim Gordon survived.
Yeah, and he was in the back.
Dude, he was in the back
with the bomb,
with the nuclear bomb,
with the fucking bomb,
with the nuclear bomb.
And let's talk about how there's one scene where like
that was the only thing that okay that was no. Yeah. Christopher. I gotta talk to you.
Yeah. Mr. Nolan.
My other beef that I didn't like either was that we only got Arkham Asylum in one movie.
The first movie.
The first one.
Okay, the second one was Blackgate, right?
Yeah. Blackgate. Yeah, and the third one.
And the third one.
Wait, what? Oh, the first one was Blackgate too?
No. Batman Begins was Arkham Asylum, and then all of Harvey Dent's guys were going to Blackgate.
Oh, so it's Blackgate. I thought it was Arkham in the second one. Mm-mm. Okay, so both second and third are Blackgate. Okay.
But I'm glad that they kept those, because even Blackgate prison, like, I don't think it's well known.
Because Blackgate's a prison, Arkham is an asylum.
Yeah.
It's not a prison, it's an asylum.
So when they mentioned Blackgate prison, I was like, oh, cool.
I mean, yeah, okay, I get that. That's understandable. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, so I didn't like that. And then the other thing, too, about, okay, here goes again with the characters. Blake, I was very disappointed with that because
Robin.
Fucking Robin.
Robin John Blake.
Jim Gordon himself with his kids, his wife and kids, because his son and his daughter was the youngest. But we all know that
she took the kids and left.
She took the kids and left.
But we all know that it's his daughter that takes the reign of Batgirl.
Yeah.
Barbara Gordon.
And then of course she gets shot by fucking Joker and becomes Oracle.
Yeah.
Which also I remember that. That's a funny angle in the Harley Quinn series because Jim Gordon is a fucking mess and it's so funny. It's so funny. It's
fucking. But y'all gotta watch fucking Doom Patrol.
Yes, I'm gonna watch it.
Eddie.
Okay,
yes,
okay, I'll get stoned.
And
it's
then
fucking funny.
So the other thing now too is that we did get Talia, who is a love interest of Batman, who.
It didn't really show as much in this movie. Like,
again, the other thing too is that she gives birth to his son, Damien, which we will never get because apparently she's too weak to survive.
She's too weak to survive.
Like a car crash from the fucking freeway.
Come on, bitch, survive.
I mean,
she hit her head hard or what?
She has to at least be 20 years younger than Jim Gordon, and fucking Gordon in the back with a fucking bomb.
I'm pretty sure
survives, and he's just like, whoa, what's going on?
I love that because like he's all like, oh, he drops the fucking thing, he fucking picks it up, puts it in, and like the fucking truck falls, and he comes out, he's like, what the fuck happened? Like, dude, how are you not dead right now?
Batman.
And he has like no scratches. Like it's so funny.
And, like she was just talking, and then she was like.
I
was like, okay, wait, what?
What? Yeah. So there you go. Those are my issues with the Dark Knight Rises.
So I was watching that like last night, and I was like, dude, I forgot why I hated it. Why I hated like the last few minutes of this movie. Like her just dying like that, like was.
She literally does. It's so it's so funny.
She was like, wait, you didn't get stabbed? You didn't get shot? You just fell off a bridge. You could have just suffered some like broken bones, and that's it.
At least been paralyzed.
Unless the broken bones punctured her heart, her ribs may have broken, punctured her heart. But how did Jim Gordon survive? And he just got all like, oh, what happened?
Yeah, Jesus. Okay, but
come on,
yes,
Christopher. Christopher, if you listen to this, please explain.
Because you obviously are.
And then another thing that I had an issue with, and this is like something so
tedious,
so random and tedious, is the football team. When the mayor's like, it's just a training exercise. I got tickets to go see our boys
dominate Rapid City.
Rapid City. And it's like, Rapid City? What the fuck is Rapid City? So I was like wondering, is Rapid City like a city in the DC universe? I cannot find anything legitimately saying that Rapid City is, because we know that Central City is where the Flash lives.
Metropolis.
Star City is where Arrow is.
Star City is Flash.
Cyborg.
What did I say?
Central City is Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Which
but it can be
where's Arrow? Arrow is in because his city's too.
I think he's in Star City too.
Yeah, Star City.
Yeah.
And then Metropolis is always Superman. Yeah. Gotham, Batman. You know, so
I would have felt like Christopher Nolan should have done like, oh, we're facing Star City or we're facing Metropolis. At least Star City, because it's not like a it's
something subtle.
It's something a Flash reference, but it's not.
I also hate that they got the Pittsburgh Steelers to be the Gotham.
Oh yeah,
because you clearly see what's his fucking name? Ben Roethlisberger. Fucking.
But apparently they also played some of the players from the Steelers also played people on Rapid City too.
But I mean, I'm just saying though, it's like that was such like a random like.
But
city.
How awesome is that sequence when the fucking football field blows up?
Yeah, that part was so funny.
But that was also in the first trailer too. When
that was in the trailer.
When, like he was just looking back and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that was badass.
Only survivor on the football field.
What are you doing here?
Opposed to the people on the fucking sidelines.
I love how they blow up the mayor with the eyeliner.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so that actor, if you look at him in any other stuff that he's come out in, and obviously the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, He was the sheriff in Bates Motel. He comes out in the show with the one with Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show. He was in something else too. I mean, he's kind of been like subtly in other stuff. His eyes always look like that, dude. Like, like they had that eyeshadow or something in it. It's like
yeah, it has at the bottom.
It's like if he tattooed it, dude. I mean, I swear he looks like that in everything he comes out.
I feel like he like
everything
that's
he
like
comes
saying,
out.
Like, I need makeup under my eyes because it makes me look more alive. Like, dude, no, you could.
I don't think it's. I don't know, dude. I just don't know. I mean, it's so weird because in everything he's in,
his character in The Dark Knight Rises. You know how he has a thing, and he's talking to Harvey Dent. He's like, "You can go down as the quickest."
Oh yeah,
quick in the ads.
Yeah, he has a cigar, the cigar cutter.
Okay, I was like, is that a cigar cutter?
Yeah, it's a cigar cutter. Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool.
It's not to cut up his pee or anything.
Okay,
crazy. How crazy
yeah,
how cigars had that thing where he's like.
Yeah, it's a cigar cutter. Yeah, I've always saw that.
I want to smoke a cigar.
Hey. So you gotta watch The Gentleman, and then we're gonna do whiskey cigar.
We're still waiting to do The Gentleman. Have you seen Gentleman?
I've seen it like 3 times.
I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it.
I gotta watch it again because
that's my favorite fucking movie, dude. Like, what the hell?
We'll watch it again.
See, look.
That movie's fucking
Look.
good.
Even in his regular pictures, he fucking looks like
He has real thick eyebrows and
It
they're
looks
real
like he
close to
fucking
his
has
eyes.
I would make y'all old fashions for that talk.
Just
For
make
the
me
gentleman.
Just make me something that'll
No, an old fashioned.
a whiskey sour. I was on that one.
An old fashioned.
I want some whiskey and coke bullshit.
It's not whiskey and coke.
So overall,
stupid.
what? How do y'all feel with the Dark Knight Rises?
Look, I'm almost gonna go for fuck you. Like, I liked it. Last night reminded me, like, okay, this movie's good, but it has its flaws. Obviously,
A lot of its flaws.
A lot of its flaws. Bruce Wayne coming back, Catwoman's flaws, that dumb John Blake character, Robin character,
Terrible.
Talia al Ghul's death. In her review, honestly,
Yeah, her whole big scheme too itself was
like,
terrible.
You have to imagine the fire.
but you can also
Bring her to me.
You can also see, like, so I'm gonna tell y'all. I watched a breakdown video of The Dark Knight Rises, and and always showed the villain always having a mask on once they were revealed, and she had like that little like masquerade mask when she like approached Bruce at that ball, and she was like oh cool, like, and then she also repeated some lines of Ra's al Ghul from the first movie, like something about you can't always save the world or some shit like that. You gotta watch the video and watch. Or
What about you, Eddie? What's your overall?
Okay, so my overall about the film is obviously I like it. I always felt like it's overlooked because obviously Dark Knight is the GOAT. You got
Nope.
you got Batman. You got
Dark Knight's the GOAT.
You got Batman Begins as the one that started it, the trilogy. I feel like this one has always been overlooked because for one, it's long, and two, it just for some reason or other does not live up to the hype as the Dark Knight. But I feel like on some extent it really does. I loved the character of Bane. I do recognize its flaws with that with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I just don't like him in this movie.
Sucked.
And also, this is the first Batman movie by Christopher Nolan that did not get an Academy Award nomination. It's also the third Batman movie to not receive a nomination as well.
And I know it was a big old push.
Also, I've always been attracted to the score of movies and that whole escape, or the whole chant that they do for escaping. That's a real thing. It's Bane's theme is a chant which features the term Dashi Basara. Dashi Basara. That's what they chant, and it's Moroccan for rise. So it was right. What does that mean? Rise.
They even said it.
So Basi.
Yeah, they did say it.
Dashi Basara. Yeah, I know they say it in the movie, but it's just like I've always was like, does it really mean rise? And yes, it's Moroccan. Dashi
So maybe Bane is Moroccan.
Yeah, so I'm saying like, it's just like, why is it Moroccan? Like, whatever. But, you know, I recognize his flaws, and, you know, whatever. It's good. I like it.
My overthought of The Dark Knight Rises, it's my third favorite of the trilogy. It's the last.
Third favorite. What's your first favorite?
To be honest with you, my favorites
Batman Begins.
Go in the order. They do,
in the order?
They really do go in the order.
Okay.
But I have major issues with The Dark Knight Rises. Just because, I mean, I knew there wasn't going to be anything else coming out afterwards, and just the way they utilize characters, I was real upset about how they used them. You know, especially finding out that Miranda Tate was technically Ra's al Ghul's daughter. I was like, really, like come on, like
Cop out.
Yeah. Lazy writing. I really do feel it was lazy writing.
I mean, they did the best they could.
Was this during the time of the writer's strike? You never know.
Was it?
You never know.
Either way. I mean, I know things were gonna go a lot differently, you know, but I know there were certain circumstances that changed a lot of things, and why things got, you know,
mixed up the way they
did.
did.
So, but overall, I just wasn't my favorite. I just didn't like it.
A lot at the time in the movie release, there was a lot of mixed reviews for it, and of course, things happened during the premiere. But we're not gonna talk about that right now.
And the only reason why I say I like them in the order that they're in is because I watched all three of them back to back, and it really did.
Best movie ever.
Christopher Nolan really did do a good job with all three. He really did do the best he could with all three of them.
Well,
and
of course, he had like several writers.
And not only that, but just the fact that, you know, that it was a consistent, that it was him that stuck through it.
Yeah,
he stuck through all three.
See, but for me, that's why I like it, because like I felt like it wasn't the ending that he had envisioned.
And of course, Christopher Nolan isn't someone who makes sequels.
But it was an ending.
Movies.
Yeah, it was an ending that ended, given the circumstances, was fine.
And that's what I was saying earlier too, when we were talking about, you know, how Ben Affleck's going to be in the new Flash movie with Michael Keaton and everything. You know, how would I feel if
hit the nail on the head
if Christian Bale came out? Because he had his trilogy. He had his ending.
He died as Batman and lived as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So I think I know Christopher Nolan has not made any more like sequels to the movie. I'm surprised he even like stuck out through this whole series. He stuck it out. He was like, okay, I'll work with y'all. I'll make the movies as good as possible. And he did it. He did it.
And your microphone went down. Unplug it and plug it back in.
Hello?
There you go.
Okay.
So he did it. He made a trilogy of Batman. Of course, that's what probably Warner Bros. Wanted from the beginning.
And as a trilogy...
And actually, nobody even expected a sequel to the Batman Begins. Like... like, of course, it introduced a Joker at the end, but we didn't expect anything other than that after.
Yeah.
I didn't. And I was like, cool, they're introducing the Joker, but like, what's going to happen after this? And then the Dark Knight Rises comes up.
Yeah.
Boom, Joker.
And the last thing I'll say, as a trilogy as a whole, it really kind of does its job. So with that being said, guys, this is episode 45 of Geekin Drinkin. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. Check out all the beers we have displayed right here. I'm going to put a list down below that to give you guys a list of beers we have. Check them out. Awesome job. Check out Matthew's Instagram. Check out Steven's Instagram. Check out my Instagram. Put all the links down below. Thank you guys so much for checking out the episode. We had so much fun. If you haven't seen, Dark Knight Rises, go watch it. My name is Eddie.
Steven.
Oh, Matt.
And we'll see you guys later. Peace out.